recipes.
My name's Donal Skehan. I'm a food writer, cook, and social media host. I'm traveling across Asia to explore the latest culinary craze, baking.
When the food looks this good, you gotta take a picture.
I'll be meeting chefs who can whip up a sponge with the best of them and looking for great recipes to take home and make.
Oh, gula malaka.
Get your taste buds in gear.
This is my Asian baking adventure.
My Asian adventure has brought me to Hong Kong, one of the most cosmopolitan cities on the planet. For 99 years, it was a British Crown colony and only returned to Chinese control in 1997. British influence can still be felt everywhere, but so can its Asian roots.
One of the iconic Hong Kong experiences is to take afternoon tea in one of the grand hotels. And you can arrive in style before you've sipped some Earl Grey or buttered your first scone. It's the way I like to do it.
But afternoon tea here holds some surprises. Sure, there are scones and jam, but there's an Asian twist in the sandwiches. And when it comes to cakes and pastries, in amongst the French classics, there are plenty of Asian flavours too. I'm looking forward to having a taste a little later on. But first, a local classic.
Hong Kong is the home of modern dim sum as we know it, and it reached the height of its popularity in the 1920s and 1930s. It still remains to be one of the most popular ways to eat here in the city, and it's a great place for locals to come, sit and read a newspaper, eat steamed buns, and even some beautiful baked pastries. And that's exactly where I'm off to now.
This is Lin Hung Bakery on Wellington Street, right in the middle of town.
Now, this is the hustle and bustle I was expecting when I came to Hong Kong. Check this place out, it is prime lunchtime spot and it is absolutely packed.
It prides itself on looking exactly the same as when it opened in 1926. The same dim sum carts carrying the same bamboo steamer baskets around to customers who prefer to order straight from the trolley rather than off menu. I'm here to meet food editor Charmaine Mock.
Hi there.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for having me. Dim sum.
Dim sum. It's the quintessential Hong Kong experience, and you've chosen the best place for that.
Is this the way it is all the time? It's like insanely busy.
This is actually pretty calm.
This is calm.
For an average day in the life of Lin Hung.
Really? So I've been to dim sum restaurants quite a few times, but I always go in as a bit of a foreigner. I never really understand the etiquette of dim sum, so maybe you can tell me just, how it works.
All right. The trolleys usually come out from the central kitchen. They're usually covered because once you take away the cover, steam comes out, your dim sum gets cold and sad and soggy.
As these carts roll around, you never really know what's inside until you actually ask.
It's a bit like, like a mystery box.
Yeah.
全部都要。全部都要。
Wonderful. Let's tuck in. This looks incredible.
You have to start with the hagao because this is the most delicate, and the dumpling skin for this is actually made from a wheat starch wrapper.
Okay.
So it's very glutinous, it's very kind of sticky, and you get this very translucent quality to it.
It's amazing.
This is like the holy grail of dim sum. Okay, this is really good.
It is so tasty.
When you taste it, it's just the freshness of the prawn and then the little shredded bamboo.
This is what I love about dim sum, is that it's that refreshing taste.
Exactly. So that's why we tend to tell you to start with this. Because once you get into the heavier, kind of really saucy dim sum, you lose the delicate nature of this, particular.
That is a good tip.
And then you have the bao. So bao really just refers to anything in the kind of bun world. And we got a lot here. They're actually all made from the same kind of low protein flour.
Yeah.
So when you steam them, they kind of like puff. They're like very, very, very delicate.
Right, okay.
So the classic one you have is really the char siu bao.
Yep.
It's just a mixture of barbecue pork, a little bit of soy sauce, a little sugar. And the colors can really range from like mahogany to dark red.
I mean, look at all that wonderful meat. And it's got sweetness to it. But what's really special is the lightness of that dough around it, because it's become, you know, it's risen, it's been steamed, it hasn't been baked, it hasn't been roasted, you know. It's got this lovely lightness, and it's the perfect little vessel for all that gorgeous sweet meat.
Some say that dim sum inspired the idea of brunch, breakfast and lunch combined into one large mid-morning meal.
So this is called gai dai bao, which literally means chicken big bun. It's basically a meal in a bun. Look at that.
Oh my
We got
goodness.
so much stuff. It's basically some
What is
pork
that?
belly here.
Is there egg? Yeah.
Yep, there's an egg here. Some bit of chicken.
That's pretty much like your entire calorie intake for the day. You've got your proteins, you've got your carbohydrates.
Pretty much.
And an egg in for good measure.
Oh, piece de resistance.
Oh really? Oh my god.
So what you got here is called Malai Go, which technically means Malay cake, but it has nothing to do with Malaysia.
Okay.
Malai is evaporated milk, made by boiling it until it reduces by half. To make malai cake, you then add flour, yeast, and water.
What do you think goes into this cake?
Like in a normal situation, I'd say, you know, dark brown sugar or something to give it richness, but I have no idea. In Asia, it could be anything.
Okay, so basically there is no dark sugar in here.
Okay.
The color actually comes from the fermentation process. That takes a minimum of 2 days.
I mean-
it's super fluffy.
Wow.
So that fermentation process really allows it to get that very light texture.
It is amazing just how light, even tearing it apart, like it has so much lightness.
So rice flour, and then it has a little bit of custard powder. And it's super, super simple actually.
It's gorgeous. I mean, what I like about it is that level of sweetness, because it has that sort of toffee caramel
Yes,
hit.
the toffee caramel. Sometimes they also give you a little bit of condensed milk to go with that.
You can't go wrong with a bit of condensed milk. This has been wonderful. I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You've demystified it for me.
The char siu bao has given me an idea. I'm going to make my own fabulous Hong Kong-inspired sausage rolls.
Now, my plan with these sausage rolls is to just amp up those Asian flavors. And I think it's going to work really well. It's in the vein of those sorts of crispy pork buns. I've softened down some onions and let them cool. These are going straight into a bowl alongside some sausage meat and some pork mince. And then it's all about adding the Asian influence. So I have some ginger and some garlic, which I'm just going to finely grate straight in here. About 4 cloves going in. And I think any time you would use a little bit of ginger in with meat like this, it just adds this sort of fragrant heat that works really well. And particularly with pork. Ginger and pork are just fantastic flavor friends. Right, that is plenty of ginger. And to echo the flavors of that char siu pork, I'm using a combination of 5-spice and this fermented yellow bean paste, which really adds a fragrance and a saltiness to this dish. It's about 100 milliliters going in. And to this, I've got 2 teaspoons of 5-spice. It really does make the difference in these little sausage rolls. But I do want a touch of sweetness from a little bit of honey. You can imagine that combination of sticky honey and 5-spice, and then that salty fermented yellow bean paste. This is going to be a sausage roll like no other. So all that's left to do is get in there with your hands and give this all a good mix through. Now, this combination of minced pork and these sausages which have been skinned really make for a flavorful sausage roll. And once we've got it to this point, it's ready for our pastry. And you cannot make sausage rolls without some good puff pastry. Slowly but surely, just working this puff pastry into a nice rectangle. Now, puff pastry is best bought if it has butter in it, so do keep an eye out for puff pastry that's all butter. That's where the flavour is. And I really hope I'm not going to offend any sausage roll aficionados out there, but this really is worth giving a go because it just adds a whole other dimension and layer of flavour to your sausage rolls. This is just about in the perfect shape now. So grab my meat across, spoon that mixture straight down the center. And you don't have to be too particular with this because when you roll over that pastry, it's gonna find its shape. So just straight down the center here. Okay, this is looking pretty good. And then brush the edges with a little bit of beaten egg. And fold that straight onto the meat. And then take up a little more egg and spread it over the seam in here. Now, one thing that's really important when you're working with puff pastry is to do it quite quickly, because you want to keep it as cold as possible, and actually can benefit by putting this mix straight in the fridge after you've set it up, because it just keeps everything nice and cool. So just brush the whole length of that sausage roll with a light bit of egg. And you can flavor the sausage meat with whatever you fancy. At Christmas time, I tend to do a nice little mix of orange and cranberry, but it really is up for adaptation. Just grab your knife, and the trick here is to slice across rather than down, because otherwise you just squash these little sausage rolls. And the last little touch to them, just to give it that sort of Asian influence, is that little hit of black and white sesame seeds. Very satisfying little job to do in the kitchen. These are now going to go into an oven at 200 degrees Celsius, and they're going to cook for 25 to 30 minutes, just until nice and golden brown. And I cannot resist but to dip in this little tomato and hoisin mixture. That is char siu sausage roll perfection. So good.
Here in Hong Kong, demand for baked goods is huge. Queues start forming at dawn for the most desirable cakes and biscuits. Spotting an opportunity, hawkers queue early, buy up the most popular items and sell them on at a premium. So now bakeries are rationing sales per customer. Such is the craze for baked goods in Hong Kong. This problem has not yet struck the Plum Cot Bakery in Tai Hang, but that's because it's just opened. The owners are a Chinese-French couple, Camille Claudel and Dominique Yan. Hi there.
Morning.
How are you?
Great, thanks. And you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How do the Hong Kongers like your French pastries?
They really like it. I think we're the only ones selling pastries in the area.
Okay.
And there's also a fair bit of European and French community here, so they really appreciate having a bakery like this.
I mean, do you sell out very quickly?
We do, yeah. On the weekends especially, yeah. People tend to come in early. They know that if they don't come in here, we run out of croissants.
Okay.
Oh, there's.
And you've got a customer.
Yeah.
Hi there. Hi, good morning. How are you? Obviously, it's a busy place. Have you come to order some baked goods?
Everything.
Yeah.
Merci
Au revoir. Merci.
beaucoup.
There's one particular item I want to try. They call it their cold dog, and it's putting them on the map.
It's our take on the hot dog, but it's an iced version. And inside our homemade brioche bun is a sausage-shaped ice cream with coulis of apricot, some crumble, and the meringue sticks are orange flavored.
Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. I am very impressed with this very cool little cold dog. It's such a simple idea, but on a very hot day like this, it is exactly what you want to try. Oh, look at that. Beautiful soft brioche, cold ice cream, and that gorgeous little sorbet on top. A little bit of crunch. This is what you want to be eating on a hot day in Hong Kong. That's cooled me right down. Next, I've got a date back at my hotel for afternoon tea. Thank you. At first sight, this is a classic luxury cream tea. Scones and jam, sandwiches and cake. The Asian touches are subtle. Plum sauce in the sambos and lime, mango and passion fruit in the cakes. I've come from the Rolls Royce and now I'm getting the chance to see behind the scenes. This is fantastic. This is Ludovic Duteau, executive chef for patisserie at the Peninsula, who's leading me to his cake laboratory.
This looks like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is amazing.
Yes, exactly. Which is all of those French pastry and cakes. This one is with rose and also with a raspberry and a chocolate. And then all of those pastry are going to go downstairs, which is some of the thing is just some final touch.
Are these the little bellboy hats? Is that what I'm recognizing?
Exactly, which is the very famous page boy.
But there's another story going on. Ludovic's going to show me the pastries he makes with an Asian flourish.
What are these cakes?
It's a pandan cake.
Pandan cake.
And also inside you have some mango puree and some mango jelly.
And I mean, pandan is an interesting ingredient for a French pastry chef. So
definitely.
How has that changed your approach to baking?
This kind of smell for me for the first time, I'm like, very, very interesting. But you know, when you're not used to have just this kind of smell and also flavor, it's also not so easy to think of like which kind of ingredient I can pair with this one.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful just to get an insight of what you do here. So what are we going to do next?
We are going to do our bestseller French pastry, the millefeuille.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Ludovic's millefeuille is made with fresh coconut and yuzu.
I've made millefeuille at home, but I've never seen it being made on such a huge scale. This is fantastic. This is the machine you normally use then?
Yeah, because we are doing like around 60 sheets of puff pastry every day.
Okay.
Which is if I have to do it like you're doing at home. Well, my home will be bigger, which is great.
Yeah.
This puff pastry is already cooked. You just put some icing sugar on it. And then after I just cook it at 240 degrees. And like this, the sugar starts to melt and to caramelize on the top.
You can see the difference between these two pastries. I mean, this one just looks so luscious and really luxurious. So once we've sliced them up, this is what we're left with.
Yes, correct. This one is a pastry cream, which is milk, and then we are using some coconut milk. Put half and half. Put some whipped cream inside.
Lovely. The biggest problem I find if I was a pastry chef is that I would end up eating it all the time, eating my creation. So how do you stay true? No.
To cut through the creaminess, there are dots of citric yuzu and vanilla compote. The perfect combination of French pastry skills and Asian flavors.
What I particularly like here is you've got that coconut milk in there, but you also have the yuzu. So it's a little bit of striking the balance between sort of classic French pâtissier and also that Asian inspiration.
I just grated some fresh coconut to use a little bit for the decoration. I like to add a little bit of precious elements.
See, this is how you know you're eating a special millefeuille. There's gold on top. This is wonderful.
And here we go.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Vanilla, yuzu, and coconut millefeuille.
There is a real sort of old world luxury when you eat afternoon tea, and it's a real treat to be able to try some that I've actually had a hand in making. That's given me loads of ideas, and borrowing from one of Ludovic's most popular pastries, the recipe I'm going to make is Jasmine Tea Brownies.
I would say one of the most interesting aspects about some of the cakes and desserts I came across in Asia was the use of aromatics. Things like ginger and chili, but particularly tea, green tea, Earl Grey tea, and I'm actually going to use jasmine silver tip tea in this brownie recipe just to elevate the flavour. I'm just going to blitz them up until they're finely ground. And these jasmine tea leaves, they have this sort of heady aroma, and they get that from being dried alongside jasmine flowers. You only need a tiny touch. It's like about 10 grams, and that smell is just incredible. This is how I would use vanilla in the same way I'm going to flavor up these brownies. So I have a mixture of dark chocolate and some butter, and now it's just a case of mixing through those jasmine tea leaves. It's subtle, but it really does add a point of difference to these brownies. And while that continues to melt down, I'm going to whisk up some eggs and some sugar. A little bit of elbow grease, but you just want to get in there and whisk it up until it completely changes colour. The interesting aspect about these brownies are that it combines a dark chocolate brownie mix with a blondie mix, so you get these lovely swirls running through the brownie. Quite special. And you can see that little bit of effort has paid off, because as you whisk this, to this point, it just completely changes that sugar and egg mixture into something that's really light and voluptuous. And once you're voluptuous, it is good to go. Just give that a nice stir through. And the last ingredient to go in here is a touch of flour. The aim with these brownies is to keep them as gooey as possible. So I'm not using self-raising flour and I'm not using baking powder. I want them to be kind of dense and have a chew to them. And at this point, they're looking exactly like that, even before being baked off. So I'm gonna set this aside while I get on with this blondie mixture. And for that, I have melted butter. And because it's hot like this, that white chocolate is going to melt down quite quickly. So sugar goes in. I'm gonna add 1 large egg and the flour, and then you basically have a very simple brownie mixture, or a blondie mixture in this case. And there you have it. We've got a beautiful blondie. And now it's just a case of assembling this into this brownie tin, which is lined with a bit of parchment paper. It's nicely greased. The trick here is to dollop in about twice the amount of brownie mixture to the blondie mixture. So once it's at this point, this is where you can get very creative and just swirl this through. Look at that. Extremely pretty. It's like a bit of modern art here. Look how impressive that looks. I've got 25 minutes to absolute brownie perfection. And that is a serious stack of brownies. I mean, look at that. Who could say no to brownies that look that good? And I do have to try one. Just look how fudgy they are. Really delicious. And that lovely fragrance of tea running all the way through. Seriously good. Give them a go. They are well worth it.
Today, my Asian adventure has brought me to Hong Kong. With a population of over 7 million people, there's a lot of mouths to feed. And you don't have to go too far to find delicious baked snacks.
Cake trends are most certainly not a new thing. From the custard tart in Lisbon to the Bakewell tart in Derbyshire, every city has a cake with a story to tell, and Hong Kong is no exception.
Here in Mongkok Market, mooncakes and wife cakes are much loved local delicacies, both stemming from Hong Kong's Chinese roots. Family baker William Chung is going to tell me more.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Nice.
My goodness, this is quite a busy bakery.
Yes, it's been around for 40, 50 years.
Okay.
It started with my dad. Hello. And now I run most of it.
So it's a bit of a family affair.
Yes, of course.
Right, and what, I mean, because there's a lot of people buying these cakes at the front. What are they?
It's glutinous rice flour cake. We
Wow.
put red bean inside.
Okay.
It's chewy, sweet, and hot.
Oh my goodness.
Fresh out of the oven.
That is the best red bean cake I've had. So what is the secret to your beautiful red bean cakes?
Lots of love. And we make them 4 or 5 times a day because it's our biggest seller here.
Okay.
So they always fresh. They get a bag and they just finish the whole thing.
Tell me a bit about the other bakes you have here.
These are miniature mooncakes.
Okay.
This one you're holding, it's one big chunk of flour.
And what is the tradition with mooncake?
You're supposed to eat it while you stare at the moon.
Not really.
It's a family gathering thing.
Is it? Okay.
You have a big mooncake and you cut it up and you sit around and you chill and you chat. No, look at the big moon.
The big moon and the big moon cakes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Really, really nice. It's all a kind of subtle sweetness here, isn't it?
Yes, sweet, 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 sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
This one is savory.
Okay.
Savory wife cakes.
Why are they called wife cakes?
Legend has it, the guy really misses his wife, so he wants to make some kind of cake that reminds him of her.
And did it work out for him?
I don't know.
Come back to me
Maybe.
on that.
Yes.
So this is a savory one. So
Yes, we added preserved bean curd into it to give a new spin on it.
So what does the sweet taste like?
Sweet tastes like here. Have one.
Tell me about the pastry, because this is quite different to what we've tried before. It's more of a sort of traditional pastry.
Yes, you know how you do croissants, right? You roll butter into the
You do the dough, the
into
pastry.
the dough.
Yeah.
We use lard instead of butter.
So that's where you're getting those layers of flakiness.
Yes.
Wow. Now, you bake a lot of what's involved here. So what is the process and where do you do it?
We do it at the back.
So we're going to get a little demo of how to make the famous wife cake.
Yes, we have the, I would call it the skin.
Yep.
We squish it a little bit.
Okay.
Have some filling.
The filling is traditionally made with a sweetened winter melon paste.
Roll it up in a ball. You put it in.
Yeah. Okay, not too bad, huh?
Yeah!
Not too shabby. How did your dad get into baking?
He thought it'd be a good business to be in. Flour was cheap, sugar was cheap.
Yeah.
You mix them together and you can sell it.
And has your dad, passed on some good baking tips?
Don't get burned.
Don't get burned.
Yeah!
It's very obvious advice, but very good advice.
Yes, of course.
So is that your last batch for the day?
Yeah.
I really appreciate this kind of behind the scenes look at things, but I can head off now and leave you to it.
Sure.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers.
Next, I've got a date in Food Street, Causeway Bay, the heart of local cafe culture. The city was under British rule until 1997, and 20 years on, there's a growing appetite for nostalgia. Cafe Matchbox is a reincarnation of the 50s-style diner serving classic favourites with an odd Asian twist. Cafe owner and baker Gary Lee opened 8 years ago as a passion project and a tribute to his childhood food memories.
Very much. This cafe is just like an absolute dive into nostalgia. I love the decor and I love all the little elements you have around the place. Literally everywhere you look, there's moments of nostalgia. Here we go.
Here we go, you see?
Oh my goodness, thank you very much.
This is a pineapple bun with a big chunk of butter.
That's an Irish style slab of butter. I love that.
The Hong Kong government have declared pineapple buns a heritage recipe for the city. They don't actually contain any pineapple. The name comes from the pattern created by the egg and sugar topping.
You actually spread the butter or do you just take a big bite out of it?
Take a big bite of the chunk.
Okay, I'm going in. Very nice.
Very nice. Huh?
What's striking me is that this is all serious comfort food. I mean, you've got that lovely crunch, that buttery taste, and it's warm. It's it's a chewy, warm dough. I mean, I can see why people would come back for this. And this is a piece of toast. Is it Marmite or what's the black stuff?
This is a sesame seed paste. Topped with the condensed milk. How's the taste?
Actually, quite interesting. It's like tahini. It's almost like a tahini paste on top. It's got that really rich sweetness.
You like the condensed milk?
I quite like the condensed milk. It adds a bit of sweetness. That
You know, back to the 70s, because we don't. A lot of people is a worker. They need a lot of energy. Condensed milk, can give them more energy to work.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's another dish has just arrived. It looks like some sort of French toast, but it looks like
It is a French toast.
It is French toast.
It is a French toast.
That's French toast that has
Actually, this is French toast. It's a very traditional style of French toast.
a Hong Kong version of French toast.
It is. Because of the of the size, I modify a little bit of the recipe. I take out some of the milk, and then replace it by some orange juice, to make it more like citrus flavor.
Yeah.
So when we eat them, you don't feel so heavy in your stomach.
This is lovely. And I mean, when you mention the citrus there, you do get that it's not as rich in terms of like an egg custard. There's definitely a lightness in it. And I think something this size could definitely do with a bit of lightness. Is great.
And that's inspired me to embrace sticky sweetness for my Hong Kong-style French toast.
I would say one of the biggest surprises on my travels in Hong Kong was the breakfast. Hong Kongers are obsessed with completely over-the-top comfort foods, and that's exactly what I'm going to make for you now. This is a sort of brioche celebration toast filled with all sorts of wonderful goodness. I know this looks like an absolutely ridiculous piece of brioche, but this is Hong Kong style. So I'm going to take a very sharp knife and just run it into the center of this brioche, just to create a little pocket that I can stuff with peanut butter and some plum jam. And I'm just going to pierce this all the way over, and doing this will ensure that that egg custard is going to go all the way through. Now, this is definitely not food if you're on a diet. This is absolute comfort food, and certainly something more for a dessert than a breakfast, I think. And now we have to do the slightly tricky job of shoveling in some peanut butter and some plum jam. So just gently spread that in. A good spoonful should do the trick. And then do exactly the same with that plum jam. And now it's time to be soaked in a beautiful egg and milk mixture. So I've got 3 large free-range eggs going in here, and some full-fat milk, some vanilla extract, and just because we're kind of keeping that Asian theme going, I'm gonna add a little pinch of 5 spice in here. Just that little hint really does make a difference, and it's that point of difference that sets something like this completely apart. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So now it's time to soak this brioche loaf, but before I do, I want to get my pan on nice and hot. And while that's coming up to temperature, we're going to get soaking and making sure that it gets completely coated in all that eggy mixture. Allow it to soak through all those little holes you've created. Little butter in the pan, alongside just a touch of oil to ensure that it doesn't burn. And just make sure you cook it until all that egg is cooked through. And look at that beautiful golden color. That is what it's all about. This is like no other French toast I've ever made before. To serve it up, I'm going classic Hong Kong style. I'm going with a little bit of condensed milk and just drizzle it straight from the can. Look at that. Pure, sweet indulgence. And what else would you put on a peanut butter and jelly filled brioche but a little bit of peanut butter ice cream? Now, it might not be a breakfast for one, but it is most certainly a dessert for 2. I think you have to share. Right, let's tuck in and give this a go. It's gotta taste good. Oh, that is just utter indulgence. It is so good, and I think I'm gonna need to book myself into the gym after this, but this is the sort of thing that those people in Hong Kong were devouring, and I hope I've done them justice.
The huge popularity of baked goods in Hong Kong has created a surge in award-winning young chefs opening fashionable eateries. But it's also launched a few worldwide foodie trends. Egg waffles have been one of the most popular snacks here since the 1950s, and they've traveled far and wide. I'm spending the day with celebrity chef Christian Yang, and I'm super excited. He's taking me to try Hong Kong's own eggettes.
I've seen them everywhere, but I've never actually tried one. But this is where it originated.
This is
from.
where it comes from, Hong Kong,
Egg
which
waffle.
is now taken the world by storm.
Okay.
Yeah, and people put like different ice creams and stuff and make these amazing sculptural creations on top of it.
Okay.
And in Hong Kong, we don't put all that stuff on it.
Right.
And we like it straight up.
Simple.
Don't mess around with our traditional stuff.
Okay, well, what sort of stuff? They have a whole load of different things to choose.
What we have to taste is the original flavor.
Which is just straight up plain waffle.
Straight up waffle.
Okay.
Right. Hi,
you got it ready.
So this is the original.
I have to say, they are pretty awesome looking.
As you can see, it's curved.
Yeah. Why?
The key to doing a really good egg waffle is that it needs to rest.
Right.
And as it rests, they use a warm fan and blow onto the waffle so that it crisps up.
Okay.
Really. And that's how you know that you're at a master's place.
Okay, and
like
that's
a
exactly
master
what they're
waffle
doing,
maker.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So break some off.
Break a little bubble
and
off.
Pop it right into your mouth. And it should be crispy and chewy
Oh man,
and airy and eggy
that is gorgeous.
with just the right amount of sugar.
But what's really brilliant about that is that you get exactly what you're talking about, that crispiness. There's also a nice bit of a chew in the center there. It's like just on the cusp of not being fully cooked through. It's got that
Absolutely.
lovely bit of chew still to it.
Yeah, that chew is really important.
Okay.
That chew, and everybody is going to tell you different things about how you get that chew, but it's just time.
Right.
It's just how long you leave the batter in the fridge and how long the batter develops its gluten.
Okay.
And then it becomes elastic like this.
That is gorgeous.
So, also found at these eggette places are waffles. It's not for the light-hearted. Now, looks like a waffle,
Right.
is a waffle.
Oh my goodness. What is in
And
there?
as it's spilled, look at that.
Oh man.
Doesn't-
Check this out.
The
This is
butter is melted, the sugar's melted into the butter, the condensed milk, the peanut butter.
Come on, man. We gotta eat this.
That's why they put them in bags, yeah? look, that's why they put it so it captures all the stuff, so you
man.
can go dab dab.
Okay.
Do you see that?
you just hold that there.
Yeah, I'll be your, I'll be your sauce catcher.
You'll be my sauce catcher.
Yeah.
That is just unbelievable. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
The way these bubbles have formed, they seem a little different from the other ones.
Yeah, absolutely. That's rice flour.
Is it rice
That's what
flour?
the rice flour does.
Okay.
Tapioca flour.
Rice flour, tapioca flour, they're non-ingredients I use, and I just feel like when you use them in something like this, you do see the difference in texture.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where the importance comes
Yeah.
in. It's great. I was a little bit worried about this one,
Yeah,
but this
especially
that's
when
my
I pulled it
favourite.
out and it was like leaking
Yeah,
everywhere,
yeah.
right?
I'm very grateful that you've been
my
our
God.
sauce catcher for this.
Yes, I'm very grateful that they gave us a nice plastic
So
bag.
am I. That's fantastic.
Kristen is taking me across town to one of Hong Kong's newest, hippest diners. This is the Old Town, central area of Hong Kong, where modern and traditional meet. Little Bao is one of the city's favourite restaurants, so popular in fact that it's instigated a worldwide love of these steamed Asian buns with their new gourmet fillings.
So tell me a little bit about what a bao is, because I mean, I've seen them in New York, I've had them there.
Right.
They seem to be super popular, but are they a Hong Kong thing?
I think the word bao itself is a very broad word for bread. And technically, if you're gonna think about a Chinese-inspired bread or a Chinese bread, it's always gonna be steamed first. So, like anything that comes out of that, if you stuff it or you bake it, or it's all bao. Now, technically, there's rice flour and normal self-raising flour that goes in there, and it raises for about 4 hours.
This is a Sichuan fried chicken bao,
Check out that glaze.
the pork belly bao.
This looks so good, Pep.
This is a sloppy
Here we
chan
go.
bao.
Put it in the
We'll
middle.
share.
Put it in the middle.
I would definitely start with the pork belly
Yeah.
and then work on to the vegetarian one.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
there's a little bit of numbing spice in that might affect your palate a
Okay.
little bit. So I'll start with the
Spice.
classic pork belly bao.
This looks really wonderful.
It does. It's glossy and glazy and looks really succulent.
Oh my goodness. Tell me how you get the meat so beautifully tender.
So you got like a 12-hour slow cooked pork belly. So that's, when you put that time in, it really works out.
What is brilliant about that bao, the bread, it's just so tender. So anything you put inside it, it just melts together as something really beautiful.
That is a really good vegetarian.
I like the idea of the truffle in there.
It's kind of done in a little bit of a style of a Taiwanese like a minced meat rice, like the real fun. So
Yeah.
like the shiitake mushrooms and the tempeh kind of really gives you that robust kind of texture.
It just works so well. Okay, is it fried chicken time?
It is fried chicken
Oh
time.
man, look at that. I'm really, really excited about this black vinegar glaze.
Oh God, that is a very well prepared chicken.
You know what? As fried chicken goes, and I've had a lot of it, it's just the first time I've had something that's really, truly different. You have the acidity of that vinegar wrapped around the sweetness of that crunchy sort of flour mixture you have on the outside of the chicken. That is just super, super tender.
Right,
You gotta give this a go.
Done talking about it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Stop talking, get in there.
Yeah.
That chicken bao was amazing. Now I'm really keen to design my own at home.
One of my favorite things that I was quite taken with in Asia were those beautiful white bao, those little white breads steamed and filled with lots of crispy, savory goodness. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do my take on right now. It's a crispy chicken bao filled with all sorts of wonderful ingredients. But first things first, I need to make up this dough. So I've got some white flour in here, to which I'm going to add some caster sugar, a little bit of fast action yeast, some baking powder, and pour in some milk, some water, and then just to make sure it has that little savory touch, a bit of salt. I'm going to slowly incorporate the flour into that wet mixture. Once it just about comes together, you can use your hands to really bring it together as a nice smooth dough. This is your moment to get a little bit of workout in the kitchen. And this is exactly where you want it to be. This is good now to rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. You just want it to double in size.
Next, I'm making a marinade for the chicken. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and a little sesame oil. Some chili paste with crispy shrimp, ground Szechuan pepper, and a grated clove of garlic. And I'll leave those flavors to work for an hour or so.
So while that's marinating, we should be in a good place with these buns. And as you can see, this dough has doubled in size. So I'm just gonna punch it down and just transfer it out onto my work surface. Grab up a little bread cutter like this, and I'm gonna split this dough just so I have a nice workable piece. So just roll it out into a nice little sausage shape, and I'm gonna cut about 6 little rounds out of this. Overall, this recipe makes about 12. Each of these gets rolled out into that more classic bao shape. So you're kind of looking for a nice oval. Once you have it like this, I'm gonna grab up a nice little sheet of parchment paper and transfer that oval onto this, and you should be left with this nice little smile. And this goes to rest until it has doubled in size. I have a little bamboo steamer that is set over some bubbling water, and I'm just gonna place these in. They need to cook for about 30 minutes. And while they're steaming, we're gonna create a really crispy coating for this marinated chicken. I have 1 egg, and then this gets added straight in with that chicken and all that marinade. Mix it through, and that little bit of egg will just guarantee us that nice crispy coating. Some flour. Just look at how crispy that goes, so instantly. You want to make sure that chicken is cooked all the way through and that you have a nice light golden brown finish to it. Oh my goodness, they look fantastic. Now it's just a case of serving it up. Take a nice spoonful of this lovely sriracha mayo. To garnish this, I have a little pickle of some cucumbers and some spring onions. And that is a serious looking bao that deserves to be tucked into. That is just serious comfort food. Those fragrant flavors, and that's what's running right the way through this bao. You've got that Szechuan peppercorn, you've got that marinade which really benefits from the chicken staying in it for a little bit longer. That bao may look like a little bit of work, but it really pays off in every mouthful. Good.
Today, my Asian adventure has brought me to Singapore, a melting pot of cultures all in one fantastically diverse city. Set up as a British trading port 200 years ago, this wealthy island nation has a reputation as a futuristic shrine to consumerism. Singaporeans live fast-paced lifestyles, so street food snacks, including baked goods that can be eaten on the go, are a perfect standby.
The saying that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is highly relevant in Singapore. There's a whole host of communities here, from Indian to Chinese to Malay, which means that there's a great selection of dishes to choose from.
So I'm on my way to a fried roti stall for our local breakfast favourite.
Hello there. Hi, what are you making? Is it roti? Great slapping technique, look at that. That is fantastic. See, now, if I could do that at home, I'd be very proud. It's a really pliable dough. I mean, it's just slowly but surely expanding out into something that's really thin and pliable.
Roti, meaning bread in Hindi, is one of Singapore's favourite foods.
There is chili, there's coriander, there's a little bit of salt, and basically this is the best fried egg sandwich you're ever gonna try. Could I give it a go? Huh? And what, like this? How'd you do it? You show me. Okay, so it was a... Okay, hop. Okay, so you basically fold it over like that, and you go like this. Except you do it much better, and after about 25 years, you get really good at it. Little salt. Look at this, mixy. Okay, and then you fold. Okay, and now into the oil. Okay, hop. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Come on, good. nice to cook bread with you. I don't think I'll be able to do this on a daily basis, but you know what? That's a pretty good start. Wow. Okay, and again. It's been frying in that oil, and you can just see how crispy those layers of bread are. Oh wow! Thank you very much. This is a serious bit of deep fried bread, and it's still really warm. Oh. That is just gorgeous. It's got that egg in there and this really great pump of heat from the chili. But what's lovely about it is that run of coriander all the way through and that crispy bread. And it's such a simple little pastry or dough. I mean, it's only a little bit of corn flour and plain flour and water, nothing more, and it results in the crispiest little flaky pieces of bread. Worth a trip to Little India.
Little India has kept much of its original character. Hindu temples, curry houses and hawker markets like this one, full of shops and stalls loaded with Indian snacks. They sell breads, cakes and sweet and savoury pastries.
I love the look of your stall. Lots of beautiful cakes. These all look incredible. I love the idea of chicken floss in the pancake.
Chicken floss.
Okay.
And ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. You may have ordered too much. This is where my waitering skills will come in handy. Okay, looking good. Thank you very much. Just a light meal. I may have gone overboard here because there is so much food to choose from. Okay, chicken floss pancake. I mean, just look, the pancake batter is a little bit different. Even the way the air has rolled up through the dough, it just gives a completely different finish. All wrapped around that gorgeous chicken floss, which is something that I hadn't really come across too much of. But it's basically chicken that's fried and fried and fried until it almost just falls apart. Oh, it's really good. Okay, moving swiftly on. There is a neon cake I can't avoid. I have no idea what's in here. You've got this really sticky rice that is like gluey and kind of gummy-like. Wow. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the texture of that exterior is really weird. It's kind of like, it looks like it should be candy. But there's also these sort of salty peanuts running right through here. And there's a slight fishy taste to this. There's a little bit of shrimp in there. But it's absolutely delicious. This is what I love about travel. You come to a street food stall market like this, and you can see there's just a huge variety of things to try. And I mean, I'm just looking at the cake specifically here, but you can see this place is filled with so many different types of foods to choose from. And I think this is what travel is all about. You have to get in there, you have to try new things, and even if it looks a little bit strange, it feels a bit weird, just try it. Every time it is always worth it, so give it a go.
A few minutes walk away are the golden domes of the Sultan Mosque. I'm going to Julie Bakes, an outfit that creates a modern twist on traditional Malay desserts. Pandan cake is the national dish of Singapore, and it's one of her signature bakes.
Onde is a pandan-based cake.
Ooh, I love pandan.
And with the gula melaka fillings as well. This is the original kueh, which I've prepared for you all.
Oh, fantastic. Do I get to try some?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So this is a little version of it?
Yes, a fusion of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's in the center? Is that the gula
It's
melaka?
gula melaka, yeah.
That is amazing. There's like, and
Yeah.
these cakes would be traditional then?
Yes, so it's I try to make it as close as the traditional kueh's flavor.
Okay, looks wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to trying some. So this has that little bit of gula melaka and the pandan.
Yeah.
Is it chiffon cake?
Oh, it's a sponge.
Oh my goodness. That is
Do you like
gorgeous, yeah.
Thank
The
you.
sponge is spectacular. It's got a really nice little kind of hit of pandan. This is gorgeous. You're doing wonderful things.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Those tropical flavors have given me a great idea for what to cook next. But there's one ingredient I need first.
One of the first places I come when I'm traveling is a food market like this, and it's just purely down to the fact that you see a huge selection of fresh produce. But what I'm really interested in is these gorgeous mangoes. They just have a huge selection of different varieties and ones that come from Malaysia and from Singapore. And what I'm going to make use of them in is a gorgeous cake that takes that sweetness and pairs it with a little bit of exotic flavor from coconut.
And here it is, my coconut cake with mango, passion fruit and lime.
If there's one cake that celebrates exotic fruit, it is this fantastic mango, lime and passion fruit cake, which is super easy to make. And best of all, it results in this really light and fresh cake. Starts off in a bowl with some butter and some sugar, and I'm just beating this up until it's really light, pale and fluffy. So this goes straight up, and let's get it nice and smooth. Now I'm just going to slowly but surely add 3 eggs into this mixture. And I'm doing this slowly because I don't want the mix to split. Now I have some desiccated coconut. So I have some self-raising flour going in here. And I'm going to mix this through just slowly to incorporate the flour and the coconut. I have some vanilla extract. About a teaspoon amount going in. I have some coconut cream. And then to help it along with a bit of a rise, I have a teaspoon of baking powder. Now this is coming together. The last little touch of sort of exotic flavor in here is some lime juice. So it's both the zest and the juice that goes in here. And I particularly like recipes that use both because I hate seeing one go to waste. And then give this a good squeeze to be added in alongside this mix. I always feel quite inspired when I go to a market in Asia. There's just so many different exotic fruits to try, and I quite like that. It's just such a wonderful thing to explore. And really when it comes back to kind of creating recipes at home, things like mangoes and passion fruits and limes, you know, they are more the sort of things you can find. So this is why this cake works extremely well. And then this is now done. And now it's just a case of getting this all baked off and into the oven, just until it's risen, light and golden. So to make up my icing, I have some softened butter and a little bit of icing sugar. Very simple to make. I'm just gonna work this in. And the real trick is making sure that you have nice softened butter, otherwise you will not be able to do this by hand and it'll take days. So just work through this, and as soon as it starts coming together, it's time to get in there and lighten this out with a touch of passion fruit. And I'm just gonna spoon through that fruit and the juice straight in here. The smell of it is just so heady and floral. And it's the sort of thing that you could practically eat straight from the cup, but it's fine. I'll stick it in the buttercream frosting, we'll see how we get on. This is looking really good now. I've got a nice smooth buttercream, and you can see those little flecks of the passion fruit seeds in here. Got a very nice brown color over this cake now, and it's gonna rest and cool. And once it's cooled completely, it's time to ice. This is now ready to go straight on top of the cake. So I'm just gonna plop it on, and you really get left with a sort of luscious looking buttercream that goes over the top of this cake. Spreading as you go. A bit of swirling action across the top looks kind of pretty. So I'm just gonna fold these little slices of mango over the top of this cake. And you really wanna make sure that you have nice, ripe, sweet mango to decorate this cake with. And then I have a little touch of passion fruit just slithering their way in amongst those mango slices. That really makes this a special bake. And to finish this off completely, I have some toasted coconut curls. And for a last little hit of exotic fruit, I have some lime zest just going over the top. I mean, it is a very special cake, and it's a real celebration of Asian fruits. Right, time to tuck in.
Yum. Within Singapore's modern melting pot, there are also influences from its colonial past, when the British first brought their bread baking techniques here. And there's nothing more British than toast and jam. I'm meeting local chef and food writer Christopher Tan for Elevenses.
So what is this place?
So this is one of the oldest and most untouched kopitiams. Kopi meaning coffee in Malay, tiam meaning shop in Chinese dialect.
Okay.
So it's a coffee shop. This is where all the magic happens.
Gosh.
You can see he's very meticulously slicing the crusts off this old-fashioned kind of loaf.
Having a big white loaf, I mean, this tradition of having baked bread for breakfast, is that quite a big thing here?
That dates back to when we were a British colony in the 1800s. And it's become part of everyday life now. You know, we even, my grandma, when she used to make chicken curry at home, she would serve it with white bread, not rice.
Really?
And we'd dunk it in the gravy.
Gosh.
So it's quite traditional.
How do you normally serve the toast?
The more common way is to have it with butter and kaya, which is a coconut and egg spread.
Oh wow,
That's
okay.
very common. It's great butter and jam if you want to think of it that way.
Right. Oh my goodness. Well, this is going to be a taste experience.
I certainly hope so.
I've never been so excited about toast in my life. Toast and coffee, this is great. I love that there's a big lump of butter in the middle of this. Looks great. It is serious indulgence. What's brilliant about coming to a place like this is you know it's got to be good because people keep coming back for it.
We like to bandy the word artisanal around these days. These guys are artisans. That's what the word means. You do something over and over again until it's perfected.
Yeah.
Oh,
cheers.
Singapore.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Apart from toast and coffee, my real reason for meeting Christopher is that he's going to show me the secret of the classic curry puff, filled with his grandmother's chicken and lemongrass curry.
It's a laminated pastry, so we actually have two different doughs, a water-based one and a fat-based one, to lay it together.
This is where the nerdiness comes in, because
Yes.
I do know you have a cookbook called Nerd Baker.
Yes, I do. So I'm all about precision and little bits of things. Nothing is arbitrary in my baking.
Right, okay.
This is my simplified version of my grandma's chicken curry with potatoes.
Are you telling me you're about to share the secrets of your grandmother's cooking with me?
Nearly.
Nearly, okay.
Shallots and garlic, cubed raw potato, and chicken leg meat are all fried together until they begin to soften. He adds a stick of lemongrass and his grandmother's secret spice mix and leaves it to cook for about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, Christopher's already made his pastries, one water-based short crust and the other butter puff.
So I'm first going to roll out the water dough till it's a rectangle. And so the first stage of the layering is similar to puff pastry with the folding.
Okay.
But it's the spiral rolling later that's a bit different.
Okay. And does it help to do it between the cling film like
Yeah,
that?
because the butter pastry is softer. And we lay it on the center of the water dough.
Right.
Yep. And we fold the sides in.
Basically making
Try and close it.
a little pastry parcel.
Yep, that's right.
Great.
And then we pinch the edges just to seal it.
Okay. I guess you're trying to beat the humidity in the air as well.
Yes, and the heat. So we just roll that out into a rough rectangle and then we fold it in thirds, like you would a business letter, in 3 again.
And this really is worth doing because you're going to get essentially quite lovely layers of flaky pastry.
So I'm just going to roll it up very tightly. And that's it. And then this needs to rest for a little bit because we've stretched it and worked it.
Will this make quite a few curry puffs?
This will make 10.
It makes 10, okay.
Yeah. Just a minimum of flour. You don't want to actually stick the layers together, so just a little bit of flour. So put it down. So you essentially want the rim, the outside, to splay outwards.
Okay.
Okay, so like that.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Like that?
And then you work your way around the circle.
You're trying to preserve those layers the whole time.
Yes, that's right. And we're going to roll from the center outwards with the edge of the rolling pin.
Okay.
And you just do that, you just keep going around the circle.
Gosh, this is just like nothing I've ever made before.
And now we're ready to fill. There's always a temptation to put more than can be held, and then you get bursting curry puffs.
Okay.
So then we just fold it in half like that, okay, and then we pinch, and then we crimp. There's a theory there that says curry puffs were descended from Cornish pasties.
I wonder where they got that. So how long are these going to cook for?
About 20 minutes. And I just want to point out that we don't brush anything on top because it'll glue the layers together.
Okay.
And they won't separate. They should separate a little bit. They're not going to puff like French puff pastry.
Right.
But they should separate a little bit in the oven.
Okay, excellent. They look so wonderful. I'm loving those flaky layers of pastry. Can I try one?
Absolutely. So it's a contrast between the warm filling and the edges are crispy, but the middle is slightly soft, but you still get that flakiness. I'm glad you enjoy them. I'm proud, and I'm sure my grandma will be proud.
Absolutely. Here's to grandma. Sláinte.
Christopher's curry puffs were perfect. They've inspired me to make my own chicken curry buns.
On my trip to Asia, my life became filled with curry buns, particularly in Singapore, and I wanted to give my version. And I'm using one of my favorite curries, which is a chili and lemongrass curry, which I've cooked off and it's cooled at this point. And I do need it to be cool because I'm going to fill it inside some soft, yeasty dough buns. So to a mixer, I'm going to add in some flour, fast action yeast, a little bit of caster sugar, and just blend this up in that bowl. And I'm gonna make a little well in the center. So some softened butter, essential here when you're adding it to a dough like this. And then 1 large egg. Straight in there. My milk should be just up to temperature. In fact, it's perfect at this point. Pour that straight in. And the whole mix is gonna go into the mixer and beat up until I have a nice smooth dough that has a little bit of a spring to it. Get it up to speed, slowly but surely. Actually, just to balance all the sweetness that's in there, just give it a good pinch of salt. And as soon as it starts to look springy and elastic, it's good to go. All right, this is looking good. I'm gonna take out that dough and just give it a quick knead on the deck here. And look at this, you've got a really nice smooth dough, which is just springing back, exactly what I need. So this now goes into a bowl and it's gonna rest for about 45 minutes, just until it doubles in size. And I do have one that has been resting and it's ready to go. And look at that, this is my favorite moment in the kitchen. You have to stick with it and punch it down. Look at that, it's such satisfaction. Roll it up like this and then kind of fold it back on itself. And we're gonna get it into a nice even sausage. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. And I'm looking for 9 even little bun pieces here. And now it's just a case of filling these with curry. It's a sweet curry and it's gonna be the perfect filling to this wonderful bun that I'm going to make. So I have my cooled chicken ready to go. Just give this all a good dusting of flour. And once you have a nice kind of smooth, flat round, it's just a case of filling. I'm just gonna twist this into a nice little bun and do exactly the same with the rest of them. Now the great thing about this little method is that you could do this with any curry. It's a really simple way of taking curry on the go. It is time now for these to rise and they're gonna take about 30 minutes. If you have not seen these before, they're pandan leaves. They're kind of like the Asian vanilla. I'm using them not only to flavor up the sides of my little buns, but also to make them look quite pretty. I do have buns, which have risen, and they've doubled in size now. So I'm gonna grab one of these little pandan leaves and just use this to wrap around the sides of this bun. Kind of feels like a little parcel. Right, this looks pretty good now, and I guess it's just a case of finishing them off. Okay, just spread each one with a decent amount of egg wash, because it's this egg wash that's going to give you that lovely colour. And a final little touch, you don't have to do this, but it looks great, is some sesame seeds. I've got some white sesame seeds and some black sesame seeds, and it's just a nice little crunch. They're ready now for the oven. They're going to go in at 180 degrees Celsius just until they've puffed up and become nice and golden. I mean, check that out. There's a great finish over the top. I think they're best served warm, so I'm going to tuck in. I feel a bit sad having to unwrap them after all the hard work I put in, but look how sweet they look. I'm just going to rip one apart and expose some of that curry interior. Look at that. You know what? Those Singapore bakers are onto something delicious.
Today, I'm in Singapore, an island city-state of nearly 6 million, a diverse mix of mostly Chinese, Malays, and Indians. From street foods to the latest in fine dining, whether it's cakes, croissants, or savory snacks, in Singapore, baked items sell by the thousand every day. Growing a bread business in Asia where rice is the main staple may have seemed unlikely once, but a Singaporean bakery is one of the true food success stories here in Asia, and I've come to try some of the buns which started it all. And I think I'm in the right place. This is Bread HQ. Bread Talk is a revolutionary bakery. It opened in 2000 and there are now branches in 17 countries worldwide.
Welcome to Bread Talk.
Hi, how are you?
Good, I'm fine.
I've heard a little bit about your buns being quite famous.
Wow, you came to the right place.
Okay.
Come this way.
What have we got?
Their signature floss bun is their biggest seller. Known all over Asia, floss is a dried shredded meat, usually chicken or pork, with a light and fluffy texture.
This is our pork floss bun, our signature icon.
So this is pork floss on the top
Yeah,
here?
on top. Has like got the...
Okay, it's
in
lovely
it.
and soft.
It's made in a secret recipe of egg cream.
So there's egg cream in the center?
Yes, that's right. This is a salted egg golden lava croissant.
Sorry, hang on. Salted egg.
Salted egg, yes.
So there's salted egg in the middle of this croissant?
Yeah, the salted egg is in the middle and it flows out. There is a salted custard in there. It will flow out from this little croissant.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so...
We sold 1.7 million in 2 months in Singapore.
Oh my goodness. So these are very, very popular. Which is more popular, the floss bun or
They are equally popular.
How would you suggest I start? Which one would you start with?
I think you should go with our signature floss bun first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a particular way to eat this, or you just just go for it?
Go for a big bite, yeah.
My goodness, that is the lightest bun I've ever had. What's really interesting is that you have this sort of kind of savory hit on the top, kind of almost bacon-like.
Yeah.
And then the softest white, almost croissant-like filling without the crispiness. And then there's this sort of soft jelly-like substance, this egg kind of custard in the center.
Egg cream.
Egg cream. I mean, it definitely throws me. Like a lot of Asian baking, my brain is kind of working on overdrive because it's not what I'm used to.
Next, I think you should try the golden lava salted egg croissant.
So I want to tear this so I can see that interior.
The salted egg custard will just flow out from this little croissant.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it a go. Oh my goodness. Gosh, that is just so unexpected. It's the egg yolk has just turned into this really rich custard, and I know you said it's salted, but I'm getting a lot of sweetness from this. I wasn't expecting that. Is the croissant itself a little bit sweet?
It's the salted egg that has a mixture of the sweet and savory taste.
Sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Wow. I never would have thought to have salted egg in my croissant, but it works fantastically.
The revolutionary aspect of this bakery is the test kitchen, where they're constantly inventing new baked items. Manager Sean and chef Atsushi give me a sneak preview of what's in development.
So I could potentially help you guys out here and maybe do a bit of a taste test.
Sure, you're more than welcome.
So what's he adding to this?
So he's adding the dried shrimp right now, and as you can see, they consist of 2 sides, right?
Yeah.
So one side would be the dried shrimp, and the other would be the satay chicken.
So he's bringing these 2 different sides, the chicken satay and the prawn.
Correct.
Together with, what is this, a pandan leaf?
Yes, so we cut up the pandan leaf just to put it in the middle.
Okay.
And you notice that it looks like a butterfly. Let me show you the completed product.
This is a real treat seeing
There
behind
you
the
go.
scenes. Oh, fantastic.
So this is how it looks like at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so one side is the chicken, one side is the shrimp.
Okay, can I try some?
Sure, please.
What does the black sesame versus the white
So
sesame?
the black one denotes the chicken satay.
Okay.
Okay.
My favorite.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You should get more of that filling.
I think I should too. Oh gosh.
How is it?
That is gorgeous. This is what's brilliant about Asian cooking, is that essentially you've got all those great flavors in a little bun to go. But they are fantastic. So what else can we try?
Come now. Sweet or savory?
Let's go sweet.
So there you go.
Oh my goodness, look at these.
Beautiful product. It's actually coconut.
It's coconut.
So it's a coconut with a straw in it.
Right.
Okay. It's called Singer Shake.
Okay.
Okay. We use a local jam called kaya in it. Okay. And kaya is usually made with eggs, pandan and coconut itself.
Okay.
So this cream on top that you see is kaya, and the yellowish tinge underneath is actually coconut infused custard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Gosh, this sounds
please
fantastic.
go ahead and try
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna tear it apart and give it a go. Huh? Oh,
How is it?
I've been craving something sweet. That is gorgeous. And the sweetness of that coconut on top is really lovely. And for me, that's a very different flavor. Then you have the pandan leaf, which is kind of that Asian vanilla, which is wonderful.
And you can only find this in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
All right.
We're on to a winner. I think this is, I approve this one too.
Thank you.
That delicious kaya cake has inspired me to get baking. I'm going to make my own mini coconut kaya cakes.
The most popular breakfast item in Singapore is this kaya coconut jam. It imparts this sort of fragrant, exotic flavor. And I'm going to use it to make up these mini kaya coconut cakes, which start off with some softened butter and some golden caster sugar going straight into a bowl. And just like any cake, I'm going to whip these up. And you will start to notice it going light pale and somewhat fluffy.
I'm adding 4 large eggs, one at a time. And if the mix looks like splitting, a spoonful of flour will bring it back together just fine.
There's that wonderful moment where the beaters stop for just a little minute. The next ingredient in is some of this kaya coconut jam. And there's lots of different variations you can get. This one just smells really rich and coconutty. But alongside that, I'm going to go the extra mile and give it a touch of vanilla bean paste. Now, this stuff is really worthwhile getting. It's just so unctuous. Little step up from vanilla extract. The next ingredient in here is some self-raising flour, and just to bring this all together. Stick your beater on low, and then just slowly but surely bring this in. And that is it. We have a kaya coconut cake batter ready to go. Now, to bake these off, I've lined these mini loaf tins with some parchment paper and make sure that they're nice and thoroughly greased. And I'm just gonna add a few tablespoons of this luscious mixture into each one of these cake tins. I'm just going to finish them off and smooth the tops of these, and a little dimple in the center will ensure that I get a nice finish to these. They're gonna go into the oven now at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, just until they've risen up, they're light and they're lovely and golden. Right, these cakes have had their 20 minutes and you can see just how gorgeous golden and brown they are. And at this point now, I'm gonna leave them to cool in their tins, and when they're cool enough to handle, I'm gonna turn them out onto a wire rack. And while they're cooling, I'm gonna crack on with this buttercream icing. So in alongside this softened butter, I'm gonna add in some icing sugar. Mix this through just until you have a nice smooth mix. I always am a little bit tentative when you mix icing sugar in here because you do end up in this cloud of smoke if you do it all wrong. And there is a touch of that kaya coconut jam left in the bottom, so I'm just going to use this to bring together this frosting. And it's the kind of thing you have to do to taste, really, because if you overpower it with lots of that flavor, it's just going to be too much. So just a little bit at a time until you have the right consistency and the right flavor. I can see why this is just one of those things people love in Malaysia. That should be more than enough. And now I just want to transfer this mix into a piping bag and get these decorated. So I'm kind of going for a exotic pineapple style method of icing here, but you can do whatever you like. And just to finish them off, this toasted desiccated coconut just adds that extra hit of coconut that I'm after. And I cannot resist, after all that hard work, to tuck in to one of these beauties. They are just truly special. Really buttery and sweet. And it's that kaya coconut jam that just sets them apart. Delicious. Give them a go.
Here in Singapore, the Regent Hotel, like most grand hotels in Asia, serves fancy cream teas, a remnant of their colonial past. And they do it in style. Executive pastry chef Alex Chung decided to modernize the offering by bringing the kitchen into the foyer, where guests can watch their desserts being sculpted right in front of them.
Ah, look at that.
Alex was in the team that won gold for Singapore at the Culinary Olympics last year, and this was his winning dish. He calls it the golden apple, and it's filled with citrusy yuzu and apple compote, yogurt foam, hazelnut molasses crumble, with dots of vanilla cream cheese sorbet on the side.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. That is fantastic. I feel I've completely ruined your masterpiece, but I'm sorry. Spoon down. That is hands down one of the best desserts. Not only from the textures, but what's going on in my mouth right now is that popping candy. And it's just a really refreshing dessert to eat because it just excites the palate, and there's so much going on. I'm amazed. This is just brilliant. I'm glad I came to Asia to find your baking.
Thank you.
Baking innovations aren't only happening in high-end hotels. Even at street level, there are some fascinating fusions of flavour. The Pine Garden Bakery sits at the heart of Ang Mo Kio, a residential district in northeast Singapore, and it's famous for its modern twists on traditional bakes. Owner Wei Chan took over running his beloved family bakery in 2004 when the rest of the family were considering closing it down.
Now, this looks altogether different to what I've ever seen being made in a bakery before. So what is this?
Okay, this is mooncake. Okay, mooncake, it's celebrated on the 8th lunar month of the Chinese calendar.
Right.
What you're seeing here is actually the skin of the mooncake, and then wrapped with a white lotus paste.
A lotus paste, so that's lotus seed?
Yeah, lotus seeds grind up, and then with some beans and everything.
Okay.
And then it mixed into this paste, a sweet paste, and it's sort of wrapped up. And the last bit, using a wooden mold, a wooden crafted mold, and then knocking it out into a full mooncake.
But the shape that you get from that wonderful mold is fantastic.
Yeah, those mold is as old as I am. Some of them is about 30 over years.
Right.
And it's handcrafted by some masters in Hong Kong the last time.
Right. So not only do you have these sort of more modern cakes and bakes, but you also have like things like this, which are just such a big part of tradition here.
Yeah, well, the newer modern ways of doing this, people use machines, but we're still very old school, and we like to keep to that whole tradition of handmade, delicate mooncakes.
Wei explained that the huge sales of mooncakes are due to the fact that people of Chinese descent are in the majority in Singapore.
We gotta put the hats on, do we?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think you ever really look great in these hats.
Never. Nobody looks good in this hat, but I tried to do a modern twist.
Oh, that's the cool way to do it, is it? Okay. Is this cool? I don't know.
You look better than the normal.
But as well as traditional fare, Wei keeps up with modern trends. In this case, the fashion for cakes inspired by cocktails. This is their bestseller, the lychee martini cake.
We've got a cake coming in behind you.
Oh yeah, the cream.
What is that?
That's the lychee martini cream.
Ah,
Exactly.
fantastic, okay.
And this is the concoction that we mix it with.
So this is the lychee and the vermouth.
Yeah, the
mixing
vermouth
it.
that is added inside.
Okay, wonderful. I mean, it's a very alternative filling for a cake, but I quite like the idea. Where did the inspiration come from? A few cocktails in the bar, I love that. Was it like this? You have to squeeze.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
This is their
Slap it on.
cream mixture. Okay. Enough. I was watching. She was doing this very quickly. So I'm trying to not get the crumbs.
Oh, I can work here. I'll get
You give me a
pass.
job. I'm very excited about the fact that we're just dousing this very light cake in that kind of alcoholic lychee mixture.
Last chance. Okay, you can add more.
Come on, here we go. This is the
Oh, that's a bit too
slightly
much.
boozy version. It's the Irish version.
I'm trying my best.
Is this not good enough for you?
No.
Oh
No,
my
just kidding.
goodness.
It's okay. We will have her to sort of clean up. after
Clean up
you.
my mess. I love it. Not bad? Do you like it?
She's giving the shy look.
That's the look where you
Oh,
really don't know what to
that's-
say when it's that bad. Did my best, but this is what it's getting done to be finished. I feel like I did the crumb coating. That's what's happening.
There we go.
And this is
There
a
we
good
go.
demonstration of how it should be done. Wow.
There we go.
This is what happens when you do it on a daily basis. So you're just finishing this off now?
Yep. So she's gonna do some decorations. There you go. Voila.
And garnished with parsley.
Yes.
That's
to give it a bit of color.
I was not expecting that. Looks beautiful. Right, can we go and try it, please?
Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
That just looks stunning.
This is the famous lychee martini cake, Singapore.
Oh my goodness. This is the one I made, so
Yeah,
I just got this hit of serious booze.
On the top.
On the top, but
The bottom is consistent.
It is. Let me try the bottom just to make sure that I get it all in there. It really is an altogether different bake.
It's light and it's like fluffy with the whole sponge.
But
you could have a second slice or the third serving. It's not an issue.
this is what the point of difference between, I would say, Asian baking and baking back home is that you have kind of much more of a lightness and an airiness to cakes here, whereas back home it feels like it's all about the density and the sort of richness.
thickness. Yeah, the frosting, the sugar icing.
But even the choice of flavor, that little hit of booze, and then you have that sort of delicate flavor of lychee running through this cake. I mean, it's an altogether different bake, and it's something, you're right, like you would have another slice of that and not really worry too much about
It's
it.
a like refreshing take to it.
Yeah.
No, we added booze, we added fruits.
Yeah.
What else can you ask for?
That cocktail cake was fabulous. So I'm going to make my own boozy pineapple tarte tatin.
And if you've never made tarte tatin before, it is one of the easiest recipes you can learn how to make. And there's a bit of drama in the kitchen when you make it, so I quite like that. And I'm just going to need about half of this pineapple for this dessert. The sort of thickness you're looking for your slices of pineapple here are about 2 to 3 millimeters. You want a bit of bite to the pineapple, and you want all that juiciness, but you still want it to cook through in that hot, sticky caramel that's needed for this tarte tatin. So once you have that pineapple sliced up, and there's plenty left for breakfast in the morning, I'm going to roll out this puff pastry, straight cold from the fridge, into a nice, even thickness. That's that taste and flavor and actually texture you get from all butter puff pastry that really will make a difference in a dish like this. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna grab up my frying pan and use this as a little bit of a guide to show me just how much I'm gonna need in terms of pastry. And just run the knife around to make a rough circle. Well, that's not half bad. While this is still cold, I'm gonna work quite quickly and get a caramel started in this pan. Now, the one point of difference with this caramel is a little touch of star anise. So I'm gonna add maybe 1 or 2 in here, just to give it that flavor and really enrich this sort of exotic tarte tatin. Just keep an eye on this. You can slowly but surely see that sugar melting down. There's a temptation through all the stages of making caramel, especially when it starts to kind of look like it's going to burn around the edges, to get in there with a wooden spoon, but that is just gonna crystallize that sugar. Okay, we have a rich and golden caramel at this stage, so it's time to move a little bit quicker. I'm gonna take it off the heat just for a moment and start laying in these pineapple slices. And what you wanna get left with is something that's absolutely gorgeous. So you kind of have to pay a little bit of attention. So to finish this off, we have a few key ingredients. A little bit of spice from some chili. I'm just gonna sprinkle this in around the sides of the pineapple. But if you can imagine, there's so much sweetness in there, it's just gonna be the perfect balance. On top, we've got some butter, just in little knobs. This is pure indulgence. And then, because this is inspired by a Singapore sling, we gotta add a little bit of orange liqueur. So, I'm gonna give it a bit of an Irish pour here. Just give this a little shuffle. It smells incredible. And now it is ready for this puff pastry lid. Prick the pastry all the way over, just to make sure that we get a nice even bake on it and we get all those lovely layers enveloped by caramel. Now, grab up your rolling pin. We're gonna very gently place this pastry over the top. Very carefully. Okay, I've got to move quick. So this is going into the oven at 190 degrees Celsius to cook off. See, this is gorgeous, golden and puffed up. And I need to leave it to cool ever so slightly before I turn it out. And then it is ready to dig into. Now, this is possibly the trickiest part of making a tarte tatin. It's being extremely careful as you unmold it. Now remember, this pan is hot. So it's a case of doing it like this. And this is the kind of thing you need to do in the kitchen by yourself with nobody watching. But once you do, you should be left with pineapple tarte tatin success. Okay, let's tuck in. It's really flaky. You can just hear that crunch. And that caramelized pineapple. That is just ridiculously good. It's a truly spectacular, show-stopping dessert that I think you should definitely give a go for your next Sunday dinner. Today, my Asian adventure has brought me to Malacca. Its eclectic charm has given it a reputation as one of Malaysia's most exciting culinary destinations. Malacca was once one of the most famous trading ports in Malaysia, and with influences from Europe, China and India, it is the perfect place to come and explore some wonderful cakes. First on my list today is one of Southeast Asia's most notorious fruits, durian. Known as the world's smelliest fruit, its odour is so bad it's actually illegal to keep one in your hotel room. But despite its off-putting smell, durian is popular because once you bite into it, the soft, sweet and creamy inside is very Moorish. The durian puff. Now, I've noticed that it says 1 bite puff, 1 shot all in, don't bite.
Yeah.
Do I have to do it like that?
Yeah, sure.
Will you show me how? Will you guys show me how?
She will show you how.
No, we'll eat it together.
Okay. The amazing thing about this stall is that the moment you step up to it, you get this rotten flesh smell that wafts around the streets. And if you've never had it before, you'll instantly recognize it. I feel like I should be a little bit nervous about this, so we're just gonna go for it.
Don't be nervous. You
Don't
should
be
try
nervous.
it. Very nice.
And I have to put the whole thing in my mouth?
Yeah, just try it.
Okay,
We'll
cheers.
eat it together.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I actually don't eat durian.
No.
Not all Asians eat durian. But you chew. You chew.
I have to chew. The weird thing about durian is the moment it kind of bursts in your mouth, it's that kind of intense, sort of wafty, sort of kind of rotten flesh taste. And then it develops into something that's really sweet and delicious.
It's a surprise for you.
It's definitely a surprise. And if you've never had durian, this is the place to come because it comes, it's electric in your mouth. My God.
Good job and good try.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Local baking traditions use copious amounts of sticky rice, coconut and gula melaka. I'm going to see how this rich dark palm sugar is made.
Palm oil, coconut tree.
My guide is Chef Wan, a food ambassador for Malaysia and one of the country's most famous celebrity chefs.
Very nice. Ah, there you are. Look at the palm place. Okay, this is the hut where they do the palm sugar.
Wonderful.
Gula Melaka is very big industry, especially in Malacca here. We use a lot in our dessert, especially typical Malay dessert.
It's such a rich brown colour. I've never seen it as rich like
nice
this.
caramel. And see what he's doing?
What does
Why
he
is he
add?
making caramel out of it? Yeah.
So they've added the sap, they've added the sugar, and then
Yes,
it just
and
basically
boil.
breaks down.
And then they need to cook down the sugar and caramel.
Okay.
As you can see, look at that, hard work, huh?
That is a serious paddle right there.
I know. And they need strong, skinny people like you and him. Come on, get to work.
I'm going to have a go. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, let's give it a go. It's
Look at
very,
that,
very
yeah.
hot.
So they have to cook for an hour and a half, huh?
An hour
to get
and
that
a half.
nice consistency. So once all caramel, and then together with the vanilla, you get this color. This is the color.
That is gorgeous.
So you see there, the thickness. So
Yeah.
that's just right.
Now, how do you think I'm doing on my mixing
Perfect.
skills?
All
here?
done. So we leave it there.
We
to
leave
cook
it there. Will I
down.
take this out?
Yeah. And now,
Okay.
after 1.5 hours, immediately, look at that. He's pouring them. And what they're doing now, they're pouring into all this mold. Can
So-
you see this? taste it, taste it.
Can I taste it like this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Taste a bit.
I'll
Cool
taste
down.
a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Nice, huh?
That is the most rich, sort of toffee-like sugar you'll ever taste.
Now, I want you to try the sap.
So this hasn't been combined with anything?
In our language, we call nira.
Nira.
Yeah. And this particular one is also some from the coconut tree.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's almost alcoholic.
You know, with ice. Oh God, I send you to heaven.
Yeah, I can see that. So how long does it have to cool like this before they take it out of their molds?
Well, depends on the weather.
Right, okay.
In Malaysia, if it's raining, very fast.
Right.
If it's hot like this, melting, it takes some time.
Okay.
But roughly about half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so once everything is in here, then they put them into the box.
They really are amazing. I've never seen them like this. This
Nice
is fantastic.
Cylinder shape, huh?
Yeah. So now, how do you use them in cooking? Do you have to slice them or cut them or?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. What we do, we scrape them. We take the knife, you scrape.
Right.
Because it's so soft. Look at it. It's not that hard.
It's beautifully
Look at it.
soft.
Yeah.
And very delicious too.
Local ladies have come to meet us, bringing with them cakes or kueh they've made with gula melaka.
Hello, ladies.
So they're all excited, waiting for you.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Okay, first, I want to introduce you. This is a very famous, we call onde-onde, but also here they call buah Melaka. So this is actually glutinous rice, which is cooked, and then they have just what they call it, coconut, around it.
So did you guys make these?
Yes, she made it,
them, okay.
And all you need to do is pop the whole thing in your mouth. The whole idea is eating this, you have the sugar melted in your mouth.
Okay.
Throw.
Huh?
The sugar must be oozing out like meleleh. This is too thick.
It's good.
Another one here we call kueh kasui.
So what is in here?
Have a piece.
Thank you. Oh, hello.
Oh, flour, together with palm sugar,
Yeah.
and then coconut milk. See, they all have palm flavor. Different,
All about the texture.
Yeah.
All over your lips.
And next we call here the flying saucer. UFO.
Okay.
They fly at night in the kampong.
So that's where the inspiration comes
from.
from.
And you put banana, and you break inside, and you can see the coconut. And then also the coconut behind here underneath. And then you know what? You see the gula melaka.
Oh,
look
gula
at it.
melaka.
You taste it. Delicious.
Very sweet.
Yeah, and then it's steaming, very hot. This is called the kueh kering.
Right.
Okay. You see, it's like donut.
Very.
Made of sweet potato.
Made of sweet potato.
Yes, and then it's coated together with the palm sugar. Makan lah.
Oh man.
Delicious, huh?
That is delicious.
Wow.
Who knew you could make so many things with the gula melaka?
Don't you love Malaysia?
Cheers.
And cheers.
That palm sugar was so delicious that I'm going to use it in my next recipe, gula melaka donuts. When I visited that palm sugar plantation in Malacca, I came across these little sweet donuts that they got us to try, and I have been hankering to make them. And so this is my version with a gula melaka glaze. So I have some steamed and cooled sweet potato here that I'm just mashing into a smooth paste, and we're going to form the basis of this dough. Some butter, 1 large egg, some fast action yeast, a little pinch of some cinnamon. I've got some milk just to bring this all together. Touch of vanilla extract, and then some brown sugar. And now it's just a case of beating up this into a kind of nice smooth paste. And at this point, it's time to get in there with the flour. To this flour, I'm adding a pinch of salt, and now it's just a case of bringing this into a nice smooth dough. Let's make sure it's nicely mixed through. Okay, this is looking pretty good. A little bit sticky, but nothing. A touch of flour won't help. But you can see that it's really a light and airy dough, and it's just been kneaded enough to have that yeast activated. And now this is ready to be raised. So I'm gonna stick it in the bowl, and it's gonna take about 45 minutes to an hour just for it to double in size. And then actually, because it's quite a wet dough, it rises up quite a lot. So I do have one that has been rising, and that's ready to go. And I'm warning you now, this does rise up quite a lot. You can see I have a frothy beast, and now I'm going to attempt to tame it. And now it's just a case of kind of rolling it onto itself and making a sausage.
Now, I like the idea of having sort of smaller donuts coated in this glaze, so I'm just going to shape these up now into nice little balls. I'm now going to cover them up and they're going to rise again. And now I'm just going to make this glaze. I have gula melaka. Now, gula melaka is a really interesting ingredient to work with because it's thick and fudgy and toffee-like. And when you find it in the shops, it's really important to look for the best quality one because sometimes normal sugar is mixed in with the palm sugar. This all now goes into a frying pan and it's just a case of melting this down. Just to help it along, a little touch of water and just bring this to a nice steady simmer that will result in a sticky substance that's perfect for glazing. So I have my donuts. You can see they've doubled in size. And now it's just a case of getting them into that hot oil. Now the tip here is not to overfill your pan. Just look at the color when you turn this over. Really light and golden brown. They've been in for about 2 or 3 minutes either side. So just tap off any excess oil. I have a baking sheet lined with some kitchen paper that's just gonna soak up any of the excess. And all you gotta do is continue making these little batches. And then the job you get left with is to take those gorgeous sweet donuts and dip them in this gula melaka glaze. You can see just how sticky that glaze is. And I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to try one. Oh my goodness. I have caramel all over my mouth now, but thought it was worth it to tell you just how light and airy that dough is. And that gula melaka just tingles on your tongue with sugar and sweetness. They are so worthwhile making, and you can see that they look impressive too. Today, I'm searching Malacca for delicious local cakes and desserts. Malaccan food culture is defined by Nyonya cuisine. The term Nyonya originated in the 1500s to describe the culture which grew out of the mixed marriages of Chinese and Malays. I'm continuing my gastro tour of Malacca with Chef Juan.
Here we are.
Baba Charlie.
Baba Charlie.
Okay,
Now,
good cakes here?
Yes.
I've been told that Baba Charlie's shop is the best place to come for handmade local kueh.
And here we are at Baba Charlie. Hello.
Wow, it smells wonderful.
Siapa lagi lawa? Who's more handsome?
Who's more handsome? What are you trying to start?
Okay, anyway, Baba Charlie has existed for almost 30 years. So what they did, what they're doing here is actually they're producing all these wonderful peranakan dessert. As you can see, all these nyonya. For example, she's been doing this for how many years, Auntie?
For 30 years.
For 30 years.
30 years. So
30
you're an
years,
expert
yeah.
at this.
Oh my, look at the way she rolls.
She
Like,
moves with speed and action.
Yes. Look, she shake. Yes.
Oh, you gotta get the hips in. You gotta get the hips in.
It's like that, you know. But you have to understand, living in Malaysia here, when your country have all those wonderful dairy, you have your chicken,
yogurt.
milk, and all that, or yogurt and all that, for your pastry, for all your lovely cakes, we don't have that because we are living in the tropic. Okay. So when you come out from the house, the first thing you see is all this coconut curry everywhere.
Right.
Betul tak, Nyonya? Yes. She said yes. Yeah.
Tell me about these desserts, because there's a whole host of things over here.
Yes. Baba Charlie take pride in his home, what called home desserts and cakes, and they are the best. This is made of coconut milk, banana. Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
With palm sugar.
Tell me what it is.
This is made of tepung beras, rice flour.
Yeah.
They have the flour bunga telang, and then palm sugar at the inside with coconut milk as well.
Oh my
Feel
goodness.
It's almost like jello.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. See? Did you? Nice.
Lovely.
Lovely, isn't it?
That's amazing. Really sweet.
It looks terrible.
It looks terrible, but
It
tastes
looks,
delicious.
It looks like a dead fish there for 1 week rotting away. But I'm telling you, it is heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chef Juan, what's next?
This is the famous kuih angku.
Look at the color of these.
This kuih angku is served also as an offering.
Okay.
You know, when people die, special, you know, religious ceremony and all that. This green color, as you see, we use a lot of pandan inside.
Yeah.
We have the red one. This like very prosperity. We call it rose color. Here we have like sesame.
There are over 100 different types of Nyonya kueh, all made without flour, eggs, or butter.
And lastly, I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
And this is pulut inti kan? This again, piece de la resistance.
Yes, de la resistance.
Look at that. It's almost like a volcano eruption. You put the whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
I can't do the whole thing.
You can.
I can't. Beautiful.
So that's why when you look at the Western dessert, all the many kinds of cakes, you know, and madeleine and pies and tarts and sweet, we in Asia also have many varieties.
I can see that. Thank you very much, ladies.
Terima kasih.
Thank you very much. That is quite the array of cakes.
I know.
That is not what I expected. I mean, the brilliant thing about here is that you're using local ingredients, very different from our baking.
Correct. And at the end of the day, all those wonderful sweet brings we human beings together so that we can eat and stay happy.
And that's why we're here
be
today.
happy.
Come on, right, let's go make some cakes.
I'm glad you enjoy that.
I've been having a great time.
Surrounded by traditional Malay buildings, Chef Juan is teaching me how to make his favorite kueh.
I'm cutting pieces of the gula melaka.
This beautiful gula melaka.
Because we are going to put this inside our dessert. We call it kuih ketayap.
Kuih
Yeah,
ketayap.
ketayap. So what we need for the crab, we need desiccated. This is a filling for the ketayap.
Ketayap.
Ketayap. Sometimes they call crab or pancake, yeah?
Okay.
So, so
are you
put
just putting this into a dry pan?
Just like that.
No oil?
No oil, because we're going to make it into like a very nice filling of palm sugar.
Yep.
Okay. So
What can I do to help you?
You don't have to do anything because
I'm just gonna-
I cut all the palm sugar here. So that, look at that, yeah?
So basically you're going to cook that down with the sugar and the coconut.
Correct. So once it cooks, it becomes a filling. Now, we're going to add inside here this lovely pandan leaf.
Yeah.
I tie them into like a knot like that.
Okay.
And I also cook them together as well because it gives that nice aroma.
Oh, nice.
Smell it. Smell it.
Yeah.
That's the pandan smell.
It's like a Malaysian vanilla.
Yeah, it's so nice. Huh?
Very nice.
And here we put them inside and
Okay.
cook together.
Right,
You can see that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to really cook this until it's really dry. I do a lot of all this kuih making dessert when I was young.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I do that. I used to carry them basket and then sell them all this kuih, you know. So I would carry the basket and I say kuih koci. That's the kuih koci. Kari pap.
Kari pap.
Yeah,
Oh, so you did curry puffs as
and then the
well.
onde you have in the basket. Onde.
He's good. I'd buy. You just had a way with words from a very early age.
Yeah. Smell.
Oh, that is heavenly. It's really rich and sweet. My goodness.
And now, so you put the flour inside, 150 gram or so. A bit of, sometimes I put butter. I cheat and do the way French way, you know?
Yeah.
It tastes better, but today we put some cooking oil.
Okay.
Yep. Now, this lovely pandan leaf extract. See how deep and green this is?
Amazing. Oh.
See how beautiful color?
Beautiful color.
So all you need to do is just take the coconut filling, do like that. So all you need to do is just fold them and make sure you wrap them tight
Yeah.
because otherwise they start to unfold again. And there you are.
That looks beautiful. Can we try one now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Try them in your
good?
mouth. Yes.
Oh.
Sweet, huh?
Oh.
The palm sugar.
You've got the pandan pancake, you've got that really rich gula melaka with that coconut. It's become this sort of sticky, chewy, beautiful, exotic flavour.
And the pancake has got nice flavour to it, huh?
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
pandan, yeah?
But do you know what? I don't use pandan enough, and I feel like it's given me loads of inspiration to bring back home. Thank you very much for showing me these beautiful recipes.
You're most welcome.
Those green pancakes have inspired me to make a colourful cake of my own.
I do feel a little bit of pressure taking on Malacca's national cake, but I'm going to give you my best attempt at making a wonderful pandan cake.
This is a chiffon sponge. So first I'm making a meringue with cream of tartar, egg whites and sugar, whisked into stiff peaks.
I now have these egg yolks which need to be whisked up with the remaining sugar, and I'm just going to whisk them until they're really light and fluffy. all this whisking is going to pay off because all the air that you've added in here is going to make the difference to the lightness and the airiness of this cake. So to this mix, I'm adding some oil, a little bit of coconut milk, some vanilla extract, and then the interesting and most important ingredient is some of this pandan extract. About a teaspoon should do us. And what you're looking for is that lovely, fragrant green color. So this gets whisked up. You can see that color just erupt into those eggs. This mix is now ready for the flour, so I'm just going to sift it in. All right, let's give this a mix through. So now this is the interesting part. It's time to fold through this meringue mixture. So it's just a case of loosening it out with a spoonful like this, and you don't have to be too careful about adding this in, but you're just gonna roughly stir this through. And then with the remaining egg mixture, it's a case of folding it as gently as possible, keeping as much air in there as possible. And now this is ready to go. So the last thing to do is to transfer it into a bundt tin. So I've sprayed this really, really well with some cooking spray. But the smell is just so fragrant. That pandan just sings through here. And this is now ready for the oven. It's going in at 175 degrees Celsius, and it's gonna bake for about 35 minutes. And the brilliant thing about this cake is that it puffs up and it goes almost souffle-like when it comes out.
The best topping for this cake is a tangy mix of icing sugar, lime juice, and a little water. Once the cake is cooled, pour the icing over just until it drizzles down the sides.
The last little touch is some lime zest over the top, just to finish it. I'm gonna have to slice this up because it just is all about that interior, that pandan sponge. And look at that. This is what it's all about. That super, almost neon green color. It's that fragrance of pandan that runs through this, which is truly an Asian flavor. Delicious. A real celebration of my Asian trip.
Today I'm in Japan, landing in a mega city stretching as far as the eye can see.
This is Tokyo.
And I'm at Shibuya Walkway, where an incredible 2,500 people cross the road every time the lights change. Everything is supersized here and super fashionable, even the food, particularly breads, desserts, and cakes. First stop for me today is Asakusa Market, where shops and stalls surround the ancient Buddhist temple of Sensoji. It's the most popular religious site in the world based on visitor numbers, an extraordinary 30 million a year. No surprise that there's a thriving food market here too.
People have been trading food and lots of other things here since the 17th century. As you can see, it is still just as popular and a great place to pick up some street food.
I'm meeting Simon and Martina, who came to Japan to teach English and started vlogging. Now, with over 1 million followers, their videos are so popular it's become their full-time job. And finding their way around Tokyo's food scene is a big part of the project.
What is this place?
So this is the famous melon pun place.
You can already smell it, actually.
It smells fantastic.
It smells really great.
These are sweet breads, basically.
Yes, these are sweet. I don't even know how to, like, what's an equivalent for this?
I think it's kind of like more like a butter bread.
It kind of smells like we're going to the cinema.
Yeah.
I've got that like melted butter vibe going on right now.
See what we can. Hi, all right, I think we should get a little bit of each. Let's see, melon pan hitotsu. Hi, ice cream melon pan hitotsu. We can do a vanilla one, and then we can do like a matcha one, and then the original.
I'm all on board with it. Oh, let's take them all. Take them all.
It's called melon pan because it's hard like a melon on the outside, and the word pan comes from the Portuguese and it means bread.
Look at that! Soft serve matcha green tea ice cream.
You can actually see the steam like rising off the bread.
I like how this is going because you've
Do you
got
guys see
warm
this?
buns and then you've got cold ice cream.
Wow, oh man.
Matcha is powdered green tea of the highest quality, and it's used in everything from ice cream to bread, as I now discover.
Okay, so I've got the original.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh yeah. Come on. It almost tastes like it's been deep fried because it has that sugar crust on the outside. That is gorgeous.
You know automatically that this is a sin with every bite.
It's so good.
You guys want to trade?
Let's trade.
Absolutely.
Matcha?
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I've done extremely well out of
Yes,
this. Both the ice cream
You're
was.
very well here.
How did this happen?
I'm
feel
totally on board.
I'm gonna try the crispy part that you were having before. I just kind of pulled it right off.
Oh man. That is just so good. It's like a cross between brioche and a croissant and like just a normal dinner roll. It's got all these things going on.
You know, I'm not sure if you've actually tried enough. We should probably get in line and get some more. I think this is a good. Let's just get back in here. We can just do these circles all day long.
The history of flour-based foods in Japan has been quite varied. Ovens were not always common, so dishes were often steamed, fried, or grilled rather than cooked in closed heat. With the fashion from modern baked goods, that's changing fast. But these street foods are still rooted in the past. Our next treat is dorayaki, somewhere between a waffle and a pancake stuffed with sweet red bean paste. These ones are shaped loosely on Buddhist symbols.
Oh, we gotta try one.
Oh, I want the pagoda.
You got a little bird.
I got a bird.
Nice.
Okay, this is being made so fresh. This is going to be molten lava hot, but it should be azuki, like red bean paste.
Okay.
Okay, let's try
Take
this
some
one.
time.
Oh.
That's hot.
Actually, this is such a thin, crispy batter.
That's gorgeous.
The skill to like make sure you can flip it and not burn it. It's incredible.
Red bean seems to be quite ubiquitous in Japan. So
Yes.
like, why is it such a thing here?
I don't think that Asia really adopted white sugar as early as Western cultures did. And there is a lot of sweetness in red beans itself.
I mean, I love baking a brownie at home with black beans. So I
Really?
make a
Okay.
black bean brownie.
Yeah.
And you'd think that doesn't taste good, but when you add a little bit of agave or a little bit of honey,
Okay.
whatever you want to use instead of white sugar, it's the perfect balance.
So would you say Japan has changed your baking full stop?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here, this is just like red beans and batter. Like there's
Delicious.
so few ingredients in here to try to get the purest taste.
All right. Well, I mean, I've completely finished mine, so that's probably a good sign.
I think you've got to keep trying more and more azuki bean desserts in Japan, and soon you're going to get a feeling for what it is
Yeah.
that you like.
The great thing about red bean paste is that it's not too sugary, only slightly sweet. Even so, I've got a yen for something savory. This is age manju, a steamed and deep-fried bun.
There's the ubiquitous bean jam, green tea, sweet potato, sesame, chocolate, curry.
Yeah, curry.
Oh, we have to try that.
You gotta try the savory one. All right.
Wow. So, but what is the dough made out of? It's like a
this one right here. Let me
rice
see.
flour, I think. That's properly good.
Mine's really nice.
This is legitimately great.
Yeah.
Oh.
And give me a try.
When I was thinking about the market and what to make back at home, there was only one contender. Dorayaki, a super light pancake with a creamy chocolatey red bean filling.
And they're very easy to make. I'm going to start off by adding some caster sugar into a bowl, and to this, 4 large eggs. I loved how anytime you wandered through the markets in Japan, you would always come across these delicate little pancakes. And I quite like the idea of taking that inspiration and trying to make them at home. It can be a little bit tricky, but you know what? Once you get the hang of it, it's no bother. So this goes onto a mixer, and this is gonna whip up until this is light and airy. Oh, and I nearly forgot, it needs 2 tablespoons of honey, because it's that floral sweetness that makes all the difference in these pancakes. So, on with the mixer. So I'm going straight in there with some flour. It's really important you sift it, otherwise you'll end up with lumps. And the last little dry ingredient to add in here is a teaspoon of baking powder. And just fold this through, trying to ensure as much air in the batter as possible. This is looking pretty good at this point. I'm gonna stick it in the fridge for about 15 minutes just to rest up. I have two fillings to make. One is with a whipped cream and some red bean, and the other is with a little bit of melted chocolate. So I have some dark chocolate here, and I have my whipped cream. And now I'm gonna add in this red bean to both of these. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons will do the trick. What I did notice was that most Japanese people quite like the texture in there, so they don't want the red bean paste to be completely smooth. They like that little bite of a bean in there. Who doesn't like a bite of a bean? So I've got the whipped cream and the red bean. I also have this chocolate and red bean mix, which in my books is my favorite because it's quite luscious and dark and delicious. Okay, it's time to get on with these pancakes. The only tricky aspect of this is that you can only do 1 pancake at a time because it's quite a wet batter. So it's had its time in the fridge, so now it's just a case of getting this pan nicely oiled. Rub a little oil around the pan and then pour in a ladleful. That's about 2 tablespoons of batter and spread it into a nice even circle. And then wait. What you're looking for is this to cook for about 1 to 2 minutes, just until those bubbles start to form and it goes golden brown underneath. Gently ease it off the pan and flip it over. This is looking pretty good. So transfer this out onto my little dorayaki station, and we've got a whole heap of batter to get through, so I better get cooking. Come on. Dorayaki brilliance, right there. Now, the one thing I didn't tell you is that when you flip these over, you get a less pretty side. So I'm gonna fill these on the less pretty side and then sandwich them together. So we have that chocolate and red bean one, which I'm just gonna push into the center. And then I have that cream and red bean one. It's just a case of flipping them over and just pressing down until it sort of squeezes out to the edges. And the same exactly with the creamy one. So just slice it down the center. Red bean paste and chocolate. You can't go wrong. It is intense and chocolatey. And actually, if you're nervous about the red bean, what it does here is create this sort of fudgy brownie mix that goes directly in the center here and just makes for a wonderful and very different pancake filling. Well worth giving a go. I'm in Tokyo and caught in a brief summer shower. It's hard to believe I'm still in the middle of the biggest city in the world. In this quiet suburb, hidden behind an unassuming wall, is a secret garden. It surrounds the Kosuan Tea House, one of Tokyo's hidden gems. This was originally built for monks and samurai looking for a place of peace and tranquility in the city, and it draws tourists from all over the world. Matcha is a very common flavoring in Japanese baking, so I've come here to learn more about it. First, the chinoyu. That's the name for the ritual of the tea ceremony. Oh, arigato. This looks fantastic. I'm seeing matcha green tea, and I'm seeing a whisk.
Chaseng.
Chaseng. And what? A little bit of water? Hot water. I know that one. Mrs. Nakayama tells me that every tiny gesture has significance in Japanese culture. So she's just added boiling water. I don't know if it's completely boiling because it looks a little bit less, and she's whisked it up. They say that the combination of caffeine and theanine in this mixture of matcha green tea is what contributes to the calm nature of everyone who drinks it. So,
please take
for
front side.
Front side, okay. Traditionally, when you drink matcha green tea, you take it in one hand and you twist the bowl, I think 3 times. So essentially, you have the pattern at the front, so it's facing the person you're drinking. And it's these small little gestures that are a big part of Japanese culture. And I hope I'm doing it right. It's just so unlike any other matcha green tea I've tried before. It's got this smooth creaminess, and there's only a slight sort of bitter note to it. And it's a true honor to have it served like this. It's really wonderful. Arigato. Thank you very much.
So here in Tokyo, I've tried the most traditional, and now it's time to delve into the innovative. I'm in Ginza, a key shopping district, to experience the creations of one of Asia's best pastry chefs. Up on the 4th floor of one of the fanciest department stores in town, Chef Kazutoshi Narita's new dessert restaurant, Equisank, is a find.
Now, it's not every day that you walk through a hat department and then are faced with some of the most beautiful desserts in the world, but this looks spectacular. Oh my goodness. This is what's on the menu. Okay, I don't need any more convincing.
I've come for the 3-course menu, all desserts. Trained in French pâtissier, he injects Japanese flavors into his dishes and the result is astonishing. He says that if there's one word to describe his dishes, it's yugen, elegant simplicity or hidden beauty.
You've been voted the best Asian pastry chef, and it essentially means you're the best pastry chef in Asia.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
I'm not so changed, but because we are just working, that's why long time continue like this.
Some of the ingredients are unfamiliar: mugwort, tapioca foam, or melon souffle. To be invited up close to see him prepare a plate is a privilege, like watching an artist at work.
This is the first course.
This one is the first dish.
This is my starter, made of white rum, passion fruit, and yuzu, that citrus fruit often used to make a tea.
Oh my goodness. That is
Thank you.
Spectacular. It's a real fresh flavor. There's the passion fruit and there's a lovely acidity in this. I'm so taken by this concept you have for the restaurant of a 3-course dessert menu. So essentially with this dish, I'm having my first course.
Yes.
And what are you creating here? What is this dish?
This one is creme brulee.
Creme brulee?
Yeah.
Okay, this looks nothing like a creme brulee. This is your version of a creme brulee.
Because creme brulee, every people know already.
Okay.
Yeah.
My main course is called the sugar truffle. He takes a hard caramel ball and fills it with a mascarpone mousse. He adds finely diced chocolate truffles and then chocolate mousse. Then an amazing addition: savory black truffles. He dusts one super thin slice in icing sugar and caramelizes it.
Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
It's really inspiring because you have this sort of dark, earthy flavor from when you smell it raw like that, but just that little touch of flame and bit of sweetness just takes it to something that's almost vanilla-like, really, really fragrant. That is quite a revelation.
Yeah.
I never thought I would have a 3-course dessert menu, and it really is inspiring just to see how it's all set up. It's almost like a kind of relaxed sushi bar, but very, very much high end. Oh my goodness. I don't want to eat it. It just looks so spectacular. I feel terrible to ruin it, but here we go. It's just amazing. It's so completely different to what I've ever tasted before, because you have this sort of sweetness, but you also have a kind of touch of savoriness in there, and that's where I can see this concept as a 3-course menu. It challenges the mind and it challenges the palate, and that's what's quite rewarding as an experience. This is just stunning. So I've had dessert for a starter, dessert for a main course, and this is essentially my dessert for dessert. It's wonderful looking. I've got nougat, a little bit of a passion fruit macaroon, and a cannelé. I don't need to say anything more. My job is done. I mean, look at my face. Does this not say happiness? Wow.
Thank you very much.
What a charming and modest man. I left inspired by the yugen of his creations.
Now, with all this inspiration in terms of dessert in Japan, I feel a little bit of a recipe coming on, and I have one key ingredient I want to make use of. It's that matcha. So I'm going to start off in a pot with a little butter, and I'm going to melt that down with a touch of water. Now, this is the makings of a really light and airy choux pastry. Often you think it's a little bit complicated, but actually, as a pastry goes, it's quite easy once you master it. Okay, this has come to a nice steady boil, so I'm going to take this off the heat, add in the flour, and then working quite quickly, just mix that through until I have a nice, smooth cake-ish looking dough. Get it straight back on the heat and moving that wooden spoon at all times. I'm just cooking out the flour for about 30 seconds. Okay, this should do us. Remove it from the heat, and while that cools down ever so slightly, I'm going to whisk this egg up into a little mixing bowl.
Now, I'm going to break one egg into the dough, beat it right into the mix, and then add a second one. Finally, about half the beaten egg, just until it's about the right consistency.
You know that it's ready and it's at the right point when you can lift it up off your spoon and it just starts to fall ever so slightly. And it's a really silky, smooth mixture.
Now here's the messy bit. Load the matcha choux pastry into a piping bag and twist the bag ready to pipe. And I've marked the lines on my baking sheet to guide me. Leave plenty of room for them to rise in the oven. They'll get bigger than you think. And you can tidy up any straggly bits with a splash of water.
And the final touch is to grab that last bit of egg and just brush it over the top. These are now ready for the oven. They're gonna go in for about 25 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius. Now, while they're in the oven, it gives me the perfect opportunity to make up a creme pâtissier with a little bit of Asian influence from some matcha green tea powder.
First, strip the seeds from a vanilla pod and then whisk them into the milk over a gentle heat. Then take 8 egg yolks and beat in caster sugar. Add sifted flour and matcha green tea powder and whisk again. Now whoosh in the vanilla-infused milk and pour it all back into the pan. Cook over a gentle heat until it thickens. Then off the heat again to beat in a lump of butter, which makes it richer and glossier. And now it just has to cool down.
Is why I love making choux pastry buns. And I'm just going to carefully transfer these out onto a wire rack. That smell of cooked light golden pastry is just wonderful.
While the eclairs cool, I'm going to make the icing. This is really simple. A bit of single cream with sieved matcha powder, and it must be sieved or it goes lumpy. Now bring that to the boil and pour it over the white chocolate so it will melt nicely. Job done.
So, I have eclairs, I have a glaze, and I have that cooled creme pat, and it really is worth adding that layer of cling film over the top because it just ensures that you don't get left with that skin. Take up a spoon and just pierce the end of each of these little eclairs and fill each one of those little eclairs. And spread each one with that beautiful green white chocolate glaze. My take on desserts has completely changed with this trip to Asia because you just kind of think a little bit differently about the sort of flavor combinations you could use here. It just looks too good not to try. I'll finish the rest later, but I think we've got to give it a go. Oh, my goodness. It's such a unique flavor. It's really light and airy, but then you dive through those little luscious layers of that white chocolate glaze and the matcha green tea. That is just spectacularly different. Yum.
Today I'm in Tokyo, Japan's mega metropolis. This huge urban sprawl is wealthy, fast, stylish, and cute. And it's the home of a colourful, quirky pop culture. Japan is the Asian trendsetter when it comes to baking, and sales of bread and wheat-based foods outstripped rice for the first time in 2011. Unlike now, 100 years ago, wheat featured very little in the Japanese diet, but that began to change in the 20th century. After both the Great Earthquake of 1923 and World War II, there were food shortages, and the United States sent emergency relief to Japan, including wheat.
This street in Tokyo is famous for one dish in particular, monjayaki. It is so incredibly famous that over 80 of the restaurants serve it here. It is popular amongst Japanese tourists who flock to it just to get a taste of this wonderful pancake.
Typical ingredients include cabbage, carrots, meat or seafood, flour and water, and it's often served with eggs, tofu or mushrooms too. When food was scarce, dishes like this became a lifeline. I've come to meet Meg, a food tour guide who can tell me a little bit more about this iconic dish.
So there looks like there's a lot of things on the menu in this restaurant. Can you explain what I'm looking at?
It's all monjayaki, but there are many types of monjayaki.
This is all monjayaki.
So it's Japanese savory pancake. It's a little bit loose to call it pancake, but they put seasoned flour with various ingredients, with cabbage.
Okay.
Monjayaki is cooked at the table. First, our waiter stir-fries the vegetables. Then he makes a ring of ingredients known as a dode, a dam, and into that he pours the batter.
Beautiful.
Okay, now it's ready to eat.
This is ready to eat?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a loose sort of pancake. So
Uh-huh.
you do the honors. Tell me what to do.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This isn't a knife and fork situation. What's this for?
This is like a small spatula.
Okay.
It's like a fork, so it's like a spoon.
Okay.
And it's very hot. How is it?
Very nice. It's quite cool. So this cooks away in front of you while you enjoy your drinks and have a good time, basically.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So this was very popular after earthquake back in 1920s. But nowadays, we have more options. For example...
Look at you came prepared.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a bread in a can.
Bread in a can.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you can have your bread ready to go even in an earthquake situation? Okay.
Would you like to try it?
Is it like ready to eat?
Yes, it's ready to eat.
Oh, in my mind, it was something that you had to bake in the oven.
Just open it.
So you've got strawberry bread in a can. So this bread must keep for a long time then?
Yeah, very long time.
Okay, this is not what I was expecting. This is incredible. So this is bread in a can.
Yes,
Ooh.
try it.
It's kind of got a lovely sweet smell, and it kind of is that sort of croissant-y sort of brioche taste.
How is it?
Yeah, pretty good. I'd eat one of those after an earthquake. Let's hope that we won't have to experience that though.
That tin bread was a bit of a surprise, but it's given me a great idea to make a classic Japanese milk bread.
When you visit Japanese bakeries, one of the most mesmerizing things you'll come across are these epic little Japanese milk breads. And they're actually quite easy to make, but there's a very interesting method that begins with some milk and some flour in a saucepan like this. And this is essentially to make a roux, a tangzong, which is going to create a light and airy and pillowy soft dough.
Tangzong is also known as Asian water roux, made by mixing flour and water, or in this case flour and milk, over heat till it comes together as a smooth, translucent paste.
Right, this consistency is just perfect. And now I'm going to take this off the heat, leave it to cool somewhat before I get on with the actual bread dough, which starts off in a mixing bowl with strong bread flour. There's 2 teaspoons of fast action yeast, which is going to give me that nice rise, some caster sugar, and just blend it up. To the center of this bowl now, it's all about enriching the dough. And to do that, I have some butter, 1 large egg, slightly different to what your normal traditional bread dough is, 175 milliliters of cream, and to enrich it even further, I have that smooth tangzong. And you can see just the texture of that is gonna really give something special to these lovely milk rolls. This is now gonna knead in this mixer for about 5 minutes, just until it becomes really smooth and elastic. Now, the interesting thing about making bread in a mixer like this is there is a tendency that you can over-knead and ruin the yeast that's in there if you mix it too hard. So just take this gently and check it, and if it bounces back, it's ready to go. You can see just how smooth and elastic that dough is. And transfer it out onto a floured surface just to make sure that it doesn't stick. So dust it all the way over, and I'm just gonna knead it into a nice round. So this is looking pretty good. So this goes into a bowl now, and then just leave it to rest for about 45 minutes until it's doubled in size. This is exactly what you're looking for. A nice, big, puffy looking dough. Punch it down, dust this over with a little bit of flour, and just work it a little bit into a nice sort of sausage shape. And once this is in a nice, smooth and even sausage, I'm going to split it out into 12 little bread rolls. Working with each little one, I'm going to transfer these into a baking tin, well dusted with flour. And using the heels of your hands, just press and push underneath as you roll this around until you have a nice, smooth little roll just like that. This now goes into our baking tin, and then you've got to work through the rest of them. Just tuck this last little baby straight into bed. And now just cover it with a tea towel, and I'm going to leave this to rise just until it's doubled in size for about 30 minutes. This is what you're looking for, those perfect little milk bread rolls ready to go. And now the last little touch is an egg glaze, just to finish these off and give that nice golden brown color when they come out of the oven. This is looking good. So these now go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. They're going to cook for 30 minutes until they're risen and very golden. Just look at those. This is why this recipe is well worth making. I mean, they're golden and the smell in this kitchen is wonderful. They're gonna sit on this wire rack just to cool, and then I'm gonna turn it out, and then I can get my hands on these beautiful Asian buns. Now this is a satisfying bake. Just look how beautiful those warm rolls are. I've gotta try one. It's like a cross between a traditional baked roll and more of a sort of sweetened, enriched brioche. It's like a Cheats brioche. It's wonderfully light, and you can just see the crumb structure to it. It's got that golden crust, and it's a little bit more work than your traditional bread dough, but it's so worthwhile. Delicious.
I'm in Tokyo, strolling through the summer rain, on my way to a masterclass in high-end baking. It's with classically trained Sawako Karamusu. Here at our cookery school, Sawako's going to demonstrate the secret of the perfect Japanese strawberry shortcake.
I've tried a shortcake before, but I haven't had a Japanese shortcake before. So is it any way different to what I should be expecting?
Yes, we make it for Christmas. Looks like it is a kind of layer cake. But our strawberry shortcake is really fluffy and really, the really soft sponge.
Despite appearances, this is a truly Japanese cake. It was taken up as a celebration cake following American occupation after World War II. Now it's most famous as the cake to share on Christmas Eve. What makes this cake special to Japan is the method. First, she whisks up the eggs and sugar over a bain-marie, beating till it's thick and creamy.
Always feels good at the end of a mixing. It's amazing how quickly it changes.
And then it is the important part. You have to reduce the speed to the slower and then mix 1 minute more.
And why do you do that? So there's no...
There is too much bubble inside, so it makes more smooth and a really soft sponge.
See, now that's a good tip.
Yeah, it's a really important part.
Okay.
And could you come here to sift the flour?
No problem, I can step on in. There are over 30 types of flour in common use in Japan. This one is low gluten, which will make for a very fine textured sponge.
Okay, I'm nearly finished with the sieving. Hang on.
Yes,
breathe. The pressure's on. Feeling it now.
And you can see my butter is smooth and shiny.
Your batter is lovely, lovely.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Nice, airy and sieved. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna hold like this.
Wow. It's so light, and actually that little tip of stirring it at low speed, you can just see how glossy and smooth that mixture is.
Next, Sawako adds a little butter and milk. Just a tiny amount, but it enriches the sponge. She bakes it for 30 minutes on 180 degrees. While it's cooking, Sawako, ever prepared, brings out a sponge she made earlier so she can show me the art of decorating it with strawberries, pistachios, and cream.
Oh, it smells good. Fantastic.
Okay, we're gonna slice.
Yeah.
Put here.
Okay, so the rulers on either side are giving you that nice
Yes.
straight cut. We're in business. Look at this.
Could you try to slice?
I could try, yeah, I can give it a go.
Good.
Nice. Oh.
Carefree,
Just
carefree.
ignore that bit.
Probably.
Reverse. Yeah, look, ladies, just stop looking and just turn around this way and you'll never know the difference.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Exactly. The beauty of baking is that if you make an absolute mess of it, there's always cream to cover it up with.
Yes.
Beautifully done. It's such a delicate sponge, isn't it?
Exactly.
Over an ice bath, she whisks cream, mascarpone, and caster sugar. The ice prevents the cream turning to butter and allows her to whip for longer to get a thick, smooth texture. This is a strawberry syrup made with a dash of cherry liqueur. It's dabbed on the cake for extra flavour, followed by a layer of cream and some strawberry slices.
Okay, so we need the strawberries.
Okay. Like this?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It's your turn.
Is this my... Do I get to do one?
Yes.
You trust me now after that slightly dodgy slicing skills I had?
The luxurious layers build up to create a lavish, creamy concoction. In Japan, Christmas is widely celebrated, not as a religious festival, but as a romantic one, more like our Valentine's Day. Perhaps that explains the popularity of this cake to mark the occasion.
Ah, this is just
perfect.
Gorgeous.
Sawako finishes off by piping cream around the top. Then it's laden with fruit and sprinkled with crumbs of pistachio and mint. This cake was a surprise to me, but it's been taken to Japanese hearts and made their own. There's even an emoji for it that means Christmas in Japan.
That deserves a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
It's a Japanese strawberry shortcake.
Oh my goodness, I'm so in love. Now that's the size of cake I'm after. This looks fantastic. Well, bon appetit.
Itadakimasu.
Exactly. This looks great. That is so stunning. What's brilliant about this cake is that you just taste this intense strawberry sweetness. I can see you're all gone completely silent. I should just stop talking, we should just eat.
Here in Tokyo, Japan's famous obsession with anything cute known as kawaii is on full view. Doll-like dresses, bright pastel colours, and a certain ubiquitous kitty. You get the idea. This is the district of Harajuku, a Technicolor dream world devoted to kawaii. I'm meeting YouTuber Kathy Cat and her friend Jun. Originally from Germany, Kathy speaks fluent Japanese and fully embraces kawaii culture. For the older generation, eating in the street is a no-no, but in the wacky world of Harajuku, it's the height of fashion.
Now, Kathy Cat, what is this place? Because I see a whole load of crepes on offer.
Yes, this one here is Marian Crepe, and it's actually one of the oldest crepe places here in Harajuku. They opened here in the 1970s, and they're still here, so people have been going to them for years and years and years. And you can have so many things inside. You can have ice cream, you can have cake, different types of Japanese treats like azuki beans in it.
But right down this bottom row, there's tuna curry cream cheese.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I think we're gonna give the tuna a miss, if that's okay with you.
I never go for savory, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You like the sweet,
Sweet
okay.
better, sweet better.
All right, let's give it a go. I want to order one.
Okay, let's do this.
Can we get a mint one?
Colorful summer.
And what's the
Caramel cheesecake.
And ice cream?
Yeah. Yes, please.
This is food as a fashion statement.
This is the caramel cheesecake. Oh my goodness, look at that. Bananas, ice cream, and of course cheesecake.
Yes, everything and more.
Oshi, tasty, yummy.
Tasty.
Wow. It's basically all the desserts in one cone.
Yep.
Okay, so what's next now that we have our crepe?
There are a couple of other places, so let's go and have a look.
This is incredible. I've never seen so many people all in the one spot. This is quite a popular street then.
Oh, definitely it is. Harajuku changes a lot. Like the store that you'll see on one week won't be there the next week.
Okay.
It's constantly changing as the times are. So for example, what we are coming up to now is this place here, Zaku Zaku.
Okay. Ooh,
And
look at this
that
place.
one, opened just last year, but is always a queue. There are always people standing in line for it. So whenever something new hits the street of Harajuku, people come and stand in line for it.
Okay, well they sound amazing. Crunchy custard cream puffs, I could totally get on board with that. I noticed you finished your crepe, so would you? You can finish ours too and we'll get in line. We'll get you one. Okay.
Toasted almonds on the outside give them a nutty bite.
I love that even in the chaos of Harajuku, you have one of these very beautiful and calming, relaxing bakeries that is just filled with gorgeous things. And I'm watching this lady is actually filling these crunchy exteriors with all that wonderful, gorgeous creaminess. Thank you very much. Domo arigato. See you soon.
Wow.
Give that a go.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's have a look at the filling.
Oh man. That is absolutely gorgeous. I can see why these are popular. You've got this crunchy exterior and inside this really smooth custard. That is just really, really good.
Time for me to make my escape from the craziness of Harajuku to the calm of my kitchen. I've tasted a few crowd pleasers today, and here's another one.
One of the most popular cheesecakes across the entire internet is a Japanese 3-ingredient cheesecake. Now, what can I do to make mine differently? Well, I'm gonna add a 4th ingredient. I'm gonna add a dash of yuzu. And the first job of the day when it comes to the cheesecake is to add some cream cheese into this melted white chocolate. Give this a good mix up just until it's nice and smooth. I'm gonna add in my egg yolks. I always have a soft spot for recipes that only require a few ingredients, and this is a great one because it does look like you've gone to a whole lot of effort. The only tricky part is the baking, which does take a little bit longer, but it will be worth the wait for a light and airy cheesecake like you've never tasted before. Okay, this is looking quite good. So that goes to the side, and I'm gonna add 6 egg whites into a bowl because I want to get these up to nice stiff peaks. So straight with the mixer on high. Okay, we have light, fluffy egg whites, and now take a good spoonful and loosen this cream cheese white chocolate mixture. This is just to incorporate a little bit of the egg white, and then I'm going to fold through the rest really delicately to keep in as much air as possible. And then I'm going to put a little dash of this yuzu juice in. It has this fragrant citrus flavor, which is wonderful and very different. So just gradually fold this through. I have a cake tin which is quite elaborately lined with some parchment paper which will allow me to pull this cheesecake out at the last minute. So just pour that batter straight into the center. To keep the lightness and the airiness to this cheesecake, the trick is to cook it in a bain-marie. So I have one which is just filled with some warm water, and this is now going to go into the oven and cook until it's risen and light and golden. Now, the interesting thing about this cheesecake is that it's gonna cook for 45 minutes, then I'm gonna turn off the heat, it's gonna cool somewhat in the oven for 15 minutes to prevent it from cracking on top. Then you take it out, put it on a wire rack, leave it to cool completely, and then put it in the fridge to set for about 4 hours, and then it's ready. Just a little bit complicated, but it'll be worth it. So, grab up a little piece of parchment and just place this over the top, tip it out, there you go. Peel it out, and just get rid of any of that excess parchment, and then just carefully onto a plate. I'm just gonna finish it off with a tiny touch of some icing sugar to give it a nice little finish. Once you have it dusted, you get the opportunity to slice into it and see what it's all about. I mean, that is a serious slice of cheesecake. Look how luscious it looks. I'm gonna give it a go.
Oh, that is just wonderful. You would never know there's only 4 ingredients in here, but it's that yuzu juice which really results in a citrus bursting cheesecake. Millions of people on the internet can't be wrong. Give it a try. The Japanese definitely have this right.
Today, my Asian adventure is taking me a ferry ride across the Pearl Delta from Hong Kong.
I'm on my way to Macau, just off the south coast of China, and when the Portuguese arrived here in the 16th century, it became a crossroads where east meets west. But I'm here specifically to understand how that's influenced the baking.
These days, Macau is an autonomous territory within China. In fact, it was the last European colony in Asia, transferring power from Portugal to China in 1999. It's only 40 miles from Hong Kong, but the cultural heritage is quite distinct.
It's very easy to see the Portuguese influence in modern Macanese culture, but in this city, nothing is as it seems, and there's still plenty of culinary and architectural surprises.
My guide here is Macanese food ambassador Jonathan Pang for a tour of the city's best eateries. We met at St. Paul's Church, once the biggest in Asia. It was ruined by fire during a typhoon in 1835.
This really is the sort of historic heart of Macau, and Macau's most famous landmark is this facade of St. Paul's Church. And so you've got all this wonderful Portuguese architecture, but some really amazing Chinese food.
And so you've got that over there, you've got a very kind of traditional sort of Chinese look to the streets down here. I mean, it's
where
quite bizarre.
East meets West very harmoniously. And Macau is very famous for making Chinese baked cookies. So there's wonderful bakeries all around the street. So I think we should just follow our noses and go and try some.
Wonderful.
Choi Hung is one of Macau's oldest bakeries, still making traditional biscuits using hand-carved wooden molds.
And they're famous for the almond cookies, which originated in China around the time of the 13th century, the Ming dynasty. And they started off as walnut cookies, which was supposed to give you good luck.
Okay.
So
that's a bit of a tradition to it then.
Yeah, so they're quite auspicious. So it would have been a real treat, and you would only have really gotten them in very rich people's houses.
What is going on here? This is a hive of activity.
So these are all handmade. There's no mass production here. So the almonds, as you can see, they're all being chopped by hand, and then they have to be pressed very firmly into the molds because there's only a very small amount of oil that binds them together.
Gosh, yeah.
Because the ingredients literally are almonds, mung bean powder, and a bit of sugar.
My goodness.
So it's quite a delicate operation, although it doesn't look it.
No, but it's brilliant. It's lovely to see the traditional molds being used.
And literally, they make thousands of these every day.
So this is all being cooked essentially over these basically steel drums. It's incredible.
So they only literally sell 3 different varieties here. So these little ones here, which are a bit daintier.
Very dainty,
yes. They're the sort of petit four version.
Right.
And then these here, which as you can see are a little bit tinged because they've got a bit of pork fat in there, a bit of lard.
You can't go wrong. A bit of lard means there's going to be flavour in there. Right, will we give one a go?
Okay, let's give it a go.
Okay. Wow.
I like this.
That's very, very, very odd. I mean, you expect it to be this sort of sweet biscuit, and it essentially is something that's wrapped around a little bit of bacon fat in the middle of it.
I love that combination of a sort of sweet and savoury. And as far as I'm concerned, anything with a bit of fat in it is always a good biscuit. So try one of these.
So these are the ones for the side of the cup of tea?
Yeah.
Right, lovely. They kind of look like little mini spaceships. I quite like that.
You know, for a sort of coffee morning with the girls, you know?
They're great.
Very crunchy.
Very crunchy. And actually the sesame seeds are nice and toasted, so you get that sort of nutty flavour. I think we've had a great selection of fantastic biscuits.
Bye,
thank you very much.
In complete contrast, Koi K Bakery is a bright and modern brand with 23 branches dotted around the territory.
So you said you wanted biscuits. Are we not in biscuit heaven?
This is biscuit heaven if I ever saw it. I mean, because we are surrounded by people buying biscuits.
Yeah. Biscuits really are the biggest souvenir. So most souvenirs in Macau are edible. And so it's all about sweet things. Chinese have a sweet too.
Okay.
But egg rolls are a massive thing in all of China. They're very light, they're very crisp and crunchy.
They look like a kind of crisp wafer.
So nice. Melt in
they
the mouth.
Melt in the mouth, exactly. My goodness. Very nice.
And then here,
okay,
This is the almond pastry. So it's like a sort of crisp millefeuille with almonds.
Yeah, it looks like puff pastry.
Nice. Nice and light.
Very nice. Probably more on the sweet side for Macau.
Yeah, but also the Portuguese influence, as we know, is everywhere. So although these are all sort of Chinese biscuits, here we have a nice little selection of Portuguese cookies as well.
Do you have a favourite in the shop?
Well, my favourite is the last one I eat, really. So by the time I get round there, it kind of could be anything.
Right. One last one. We'll take one of those.
One for the road.
One for the road, exactly.
After all that sugar, we've still got room for dinner. This is the MGM, one of the many luxury hotels in Macau. The outside may be ultra-modern, but inside there's a classical Portuguese-inspired interior which provides space to display modern artworks.
So this is the Imperial Court. One of my favourite Chinese restaurants in the world, I have to say.
Hello.
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 呢個係我哋餐廳嘅招牌菜，黑電肉焗餐包。
Thank you very much.
請慢用。
啊，唔該。
So that's barbecue Iberico pork bun.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
So it's all about the texture. So you've got a little bit of a sweet when you sink your mouth into it, then you get this wonderful barbecue pork, and then finished off by this very light pastry.
Oh,
you reckon?
They are good. They are seriously good. That's what I quite like about that, is the fact that you have the sort of more traditional bottom side to it, and then you have almost like a puff pastry topping. It's kind of like a short crust puff pastry mix.
It's almost crumbly as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? But this is a particular favourite of mine that I've never tasted anywhere else than in Macau. You know, my friends back in London are always really surprised to hear how good baking is in Asia, and particularly in China, because they always think of Chinese food as being basically sweet and sour pork and special fried rice, you know. But there are plenty of really great bakes in Macau.
When I was thinking about the tastes of Macau, it was all about the cookies. So I'm going to make my very own Macanese almond biscuits. When it comes to making biscuits, I like to add that little extra touch of sweetness. So I'm going to mix up some icing sugar and some softened butter just until they're super smooth and light and pale. This combination of icing sugar and butter is going to result in a really crumbly biscuit. And now it's time for the dry ingredients. So I've got 70 grams of corn flour going in here, 150 grams of plain flour, and I have 100 grams of ground almonds. As recipes go for biscuits, this has to be one of the easiest you can make. Just to give it a touch of flavour, there's no vanilla or anything else in here, is a bit of cinnamon. So just mix that through, and it's that subtle scent that will make all the difference. You don't have to work too much with it at this point. Just squeeze it into a kind of nice, workable round. You can see at the moment it's quite a soft dough. And if you tried to roll this out at this point, it would just be a sticky mess. So this goes into the fridge to rest for about 15 minutes, and you should be left with a dough that looks like this one, which is, as you can see, a lot more stiff and a lot more manageable. And working with plenty of flour, we're gonna roll this out. I'm looking for about 3 millimeters, or half a centimeter in thickness, and this is just about there. The world is your oyster when it comes to choosing your cookie cutter, but I quite like square because when it comes to dipping them in some coconut, which is what I'm going to finish these with, I want to give myself every opportunity to coat them quite evenly. Just carefully transfer them onto the baking sheet. I'm going to get these into the oven and they're going to bake off just until they're light and golden brown. You get a rather satisfying bake on these biscuits. They're really light and golden, and now they're cool and perfectly ready to fill and sandwich together. And the glue that holds all this together is that dulce de leche. Now, you can buy dulce de leche, which is normally made with cream and sugar, and it's a caramel. But the trick that you can do to really create wonderful, slightly dulce de leche consistency is these tins of condensed milk, which you boil for hours until you get left with a really rich caramel. And if you're going to the trouble of making it up, it's well worth putting more than one can in because they will keep for months.
I'm going to take about a tablespoon's amount just to sandwich each of these little biscuits together until it oozes around the edges. And it's that little ooze that I'm going to use just to spread around the edges of this biscuit. This little sticky substance on the side is going to ensure perfect desiccated coconut stickiness. And that is what you get left with. A really great looking little biscuit, inspired by my visit to Macau. I was going to put this one on top, but it actually looks quite pretty, so it gives me the perfect excuse to dive in and try it. That caramel is where it's at. And those biscuits, they're really buttery and really crumbly. Yum.
Like much of Asia, Macau is a melting pot of cultures, history, and of course, baking. With 30 million visitors a year, tourism is the main employer. So where better to learn your trade than hotel school?
This is actually a restaurant set up for the students of the Institute for Tourism Studies here in Macau. And the food and service is so good here that it's actually been awarded a Bib Gourmand in the Michelin Guide.
I'm meeting award-winning graduate Jeffrey Lau, who teaches the next generation of chefs.
Okay, what can I do to help?
Yeah, so here's our ingredient. So this recipe starts with butter, sugar, and brown sugar.
3 eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, a little bit of salt and a little bit of flour. I mean, obviously we're cooking a traditional cake here with a bit of sweet potato, but I mean, what would you see as Macanese baking? You know, what are those sorts of traditional recipes?
I think Macanese cooking, we incorporate a lot of local ingredients. It's quite important, like the sweet potato we use today.
Okay, great. And so this is ready to go in here now?
Yeah, the sweet potato and also the coconut milk.
Coconut milk, okay, so that's interesting. Combination of sweetness you're going in here with. And it's quite a lot of sweet potato in here. And it's obviously going to add great colour in there as well.
Yeah, so just lightly mix because I don't want to mix too much gluten inside.
Okay. Now, as an Irishman, I do like the fact that you're using a bit of potato in there. I know it's sweet potato, but it's potato all the same.
The original recipe is potato.
The original recipe has potato?
Yeah.
This makes me even more happy.
Yeah, you can try to use potato at home.
Really? I've never used potato in a sweet dish like this, so I'm going to take a tip and I'm going to try this at home with potato.
Yeah, you will be amazed.
It sounds fantastic. Tell me if I'm doing okay.
Yeah, just put the mixture in now.
Sorry, I'm a little bit of a messy cook.
Yeah, no problem.
This is how I do it at home. How's that? Would I pass as a student?
Yeah. Yeah, so now it's ready to go in the oven.
So what next?
So, but I have already one is ready in the fridge.
Okay. So this is a one that you've cooked and cooled?
Yeah.
So I can see as I unwrap this cake, it's got that really rich orange colour from the sweet potato.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
So now we are going to make the buttercream.
Okay.
A reduced sugar syrup is added into egg whites, then whipped with butter and cinnamon into a thick Italian meringue topping.
Oh, look at that cake, it's really interesting. Do you mind if I try a little bit?
Yes, sure, sure.
Oh my goodness.
You like it?
It's really intensely rich, and there's a lovely density from it. Gosh, this looks great.
Jeffrey finishes off the decoration with chocolate buttons, dried banana, and gold leaf.
Yeah, guys, what do you think of your teacher's work?
Wow, amazing.
How much did you pay them? But now it's all down to the taste test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please be honest.
And to go for it. Jeffrey, do you feel nervous at this point? The tables have turned a little bit. The students are judging you. Okay. So what do you think?
It's too yummy.
It's too yummy, Jeffrey. That's a vote of confidence right there.
Thank you.
Down by the water, I'm meeting up with Jonathan Pang again. He's promised to show me the most iconic delicacy in Macau, the custard tart. Created in 1989, these little treats have grown in popularity and are now huge in Macau.
arguably the most famous cake in Macau is the Lord Stow's custard tart.
These have quite a reputation here, don't they?
Well, they are internationally renowned, and coachloads of people come here every morning to try them. Lord Stow's, which is this little bakery over there, sell up to 21,000 of these a day.
So popular then?
Very, very popular. And it's a sort of combination of the Portuguese pastéis de nata and the Cantonese egg tart.
So it's a hybrid tart.
It's a hybrid tart.
I love that. Well, let's try some.
Because they are so delicious straight out of the oven, and this is why people come here so early in the morning.
Oh my goodness. That is just divine. It's got that lovely balance of sweetness, because you know, with an egg tart, there is that temptation of kind of going towards too much of an eggy taste to it.
Yeah.
But that's lovely. I mean, custard, it's just that luscious creaminess, but wrapped. I mean, the true beauty of an egg tart or a custard tart like this is that flaky pastry.
Well, and it's a crispy, flaky pastry as well. But the custard is so rich, isn't it?
But I think the true success of an egg tart or a custard tart is that topping, where you have that sort of caramelized, kind of almost charred topping.
Yeah, I think I just better have another bite just to see if I agree with you, really.
Those Macanese custard tarts were so delicious that I've decided to make a supersized version of my own. It's a large version, a family-style version of a custard tart. And my point of difference is a creme brulee topping that just sets it apart. So I have some ground almonds, a little butter, some icing sugar, and I have some flour in this bowl. So just press, using your fingertips, the butter into the flour, and you're pushing it until it becomes kind of the texture of rough breadcrumbs. And now it's all about the flavor. So to give this a sort of citrus scent, you just want to give it a nice little brush of lemon zest. For a little bit of fragrance, I'm adding some vanilla bean paste. So about a teaspoon's amount goes in here. And to bring this together, a tablespoon of cold water and 1 egg yolk. And then it's a case of just mixing this all together until I have a nice smooth pastry dough. And then you can just use your hand just to bring it into a nice ball. This is now ready to go into the fridge to rest up for about 15 minutes. You can see it's quite a soft dough at this point, so that time in the fridge is going to do it a world of good. So I do have one that has been resting, and this one has completely firmed up at this point, and it's ready to be rolled out into a nice even round. And work with your flour just to ensure that this doesn't stick. So I have the pastry rolled to about 1/2 centimetre in thickness, and it's just a case of folding this pastry over the rolling pin, and don't worry if it cracks a little bit, and this goes straight in to that tin. Now, if you make a little mess of it like I have, you can just press it back together, and that's the beauty of this almond-based pastry. And once you have it looking somewhat decent, especially considering how I put it in, just pierce this all across the base. Right, this is looking pretty good. So at this point, it's time to get the baking beans in here. And then these lovely baking beans are gonna prevent any of the pastry rising. This is now gonna go into the oven. It's gonna bake at about 180 degrees Celsius, and it's gonna cook for about 12 minutes or so, just until that pastry is starting to cook. Now, while that cooks away in the oven, it gives me the perfect opportunity to make up this custard. Add cinnamon and lemon zest to the milk and bring it up to a simmer.
And while that is coming up to temperature, I have a whole lot of whisking to do. I have 12 egg yolks and a whole pile of sugar, some flour, and then it's time to put a little bit of work into this bowl, and we're gonna whisk this up just until that sugar is nicely incorporated. So this is looking good, this is looking good, and now it's time to combine the two. So this can happen quite gradually because you want to make sure that you don't scald your egg yolks. So a little touch of that hot milk mixture just in here. Give it a good whisk through, and you're just going to slowly loosen that egg and sugar mixture just until you have a nice smooth consistency. Just a little bit at a time, giving it a mix as you go. And once you've got it nicely mixed through, just like this, it's a very simple case of tipping this all straight back into the pot. And now the only job that's left to do is whisk this just until it starts to thicken and you get left with a really rich custard. I'm going to take it off the heat and now this custard, it's time for its moment of glory. So pour that straight into this pastry case. Look at that. Luscious and gorgeous. And now this is going to go into the oven at about 160 degrees Celsius for about 35 minutes. Now, once this tart has come out of the oven and cooled completely, and it is worth putting in the fridge just so that custard completely sets, the only tricky job you're left with is getting it out from the tart tin. Now, it's a 1, 2, 3 do-si-do. Here we go, onto the cake stand. I'm going to finish it off with a caramelized top, creme brulee style, and this little light dusting is going to turn into the most beautiful crack of caramel over the top. Leave it to cool somewhat, just until you get that nice crisp topping to it, and then it's ready to go. Look at that finish. What's lovely about it is all those different touches of flavors that run through this custard tart. You know what? This is altogether different, but still pretty darn good.
Year on year, consumption of wheat in Asia is growing, and rice is gradually falling. And today, my Asian tour has brought me to Seoul, South Korea, where baking is big business, worth $4 billion a year, a huge rise. One particular brand has caught the eye of the international market. It's Paris Baguette, who claim they brought the croissant to Korea.
The most successful bakery chains in the 90s were actually Korean-owned French-style bakeries, which put a Korean twist on some French classics. And now this bakery is so successful that it actually sells baguettes back to the French.
And it's not just baguettes, which sell out early every day, but cakes and pastries too, masses of them.
What I quite like about this bakery is that they provide new bun flavors every single year. And last year alone, this new flavor sold over 10 million buns. It's got to be worth trying. Red bean, beautiful creme pâtissier, and a brioche bun.
Real European Korean fusion. This is Yongsan-gu, right in the middle of the city.
It's said that more coffee is now drank here than in Seattle or San Francisco. And as you can imagine, with so many coffee shops, it can be hard to stand out from the crowd. But one way of doing exactly that is serving some pretty fabulous cake.
Sophia Yu fell in love with baking when she was in Paris training as a cordon bleu. Now she's opened her own cafe, Glamorous Penguin, and baking school, and her cakes are flying out the door.
Hi, Sophia. Nice to meet you.
You must be Donal.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me. Oh, cookie. Straight off the start. Is this how you normally greet guests?
Yeah, cookie for everybody.
Cookie first. So, are we going to do some modern Korean baking or traditional Korean baking?
I can teach you both, but we'll go for modern Korean baking.
Okay.
And I'm sure you'll be very surprised.
Let's go.
All right.
Sophia's Kitchen and Cookery School bakes European-style cakes with a Korean twist, aimed at the Asian market.
What cake are we looking at here?
Hallabong chiffon cake it is. Because I'm Korean, I think it's one of our mission to actually try to use some of the Korean ingredients into the modern baking world. So we have something like this.
Aha!
Guess what this is?
It looks like an orange, but it also looks like kind of like a hand grenade.
It's called sweet mandarin hallabong. So I'm going to have you become a cake designer.
Okay.
And I actually prepared cream for you.
Aha.
Fresh whipped cream with a little bit of puree, hallabong puree that we made at home. So there you go.
Are you just letting me freewheel on this cake?
Yeah, be an artist.
Okay, right.
This is your pastry moment.
You obviously want to live dangerously, so here we go. So are these the sorts of cakes that do really well in your bakery?
Chiffon cakes, actually, it's really, really popular in Asia because it's lighter, it's oil-based, and it's more moist.
Okay. How much experimentation do you do to your recipes before you finalize the finished job?
About 20 and 25.
Wow.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Okay.
It may seem like a simple cake, but we actually add 5 grams of sugar and we take away 5 grams of cream, and then you become all the scientist that you get. And
Right, so it's very specific baking.
yeah, and the final recipe, we're like, yay!
Right, you know you're in business when you get it.
Yep. So everything that you see in our shop has been reinvented per se.
Okay, very nice. I'm feeling pretty proud. But now I can try some, right?
Sure. So I have my girls. They're always in for recipe tasting and the cake tastings.
You guys must eat a lot of cake all the time.
They're like,
Yep, you sure do. Oh, this is the moment. Oh yes, that is just beautiful. You have that orange taste, but it's a very, very different fragrance that you get from it.
it's not too citrusy or it's not too strong.
No, but what do you guys think?
Good or bad?
Good.
Okay,
Have we got the thumbs up? We've got the Korean thumbs up. Okay, fantastic.
One of my first tastes of Korea, and it's already got me thinking. Now, Sophia's bakery is new, but she wants to show me one that she's been visiting since she was a child. Taeguk Dang Bakery is one of the oldest in Korea. The owners got the idea of baking bread to fill the empty stomachs of the poor and hungry post-war population.
So this is the place.
Ta-da!
Oh my goodness.
So now you are entering Taegukdang, which opened 1946.
Wow.
Since those early days, this bakery has gone distinctly upmarket. It offers a taste of nostalgia for the old, but also keeps up with new baking trends for the young.
They make over 300 different types of bakeries within this building. So they have 4 stories.
Wow.
And also everything is made here, traditional way.
The traditional way.
And now let's go and see how it's made.
Okay.
Come on.
Most of their bakers stay on staff for decades.
And has he been working here very long?
선생님 얼마나 일하셨어요?
여기 한 45년.
45 years.
45 years, wow. You've done this before then.
종류는 많지. 종류가 지금 우리가 하는 게 한 200가지.
So he can make about 300 different types of bread.
300 different types of bread.
He
Oh my
is the
goodness.
Bible.
You are the master baker. Wow.
And he's really proud of the fact that he's working at one of the best bakers in Korea.
Okay.
That was the pride that kept him.
Surprise is important.
Yeah.
What are these ones? Because these look quite different from what else we've seen here.
식빵.
식빵.
Sikpan.
In fact, this is one of that made this baker very famous because before in Korea, milk and cream was really scarce because it was just too expensive. And this was one of the first bakers that actually used the whole milk inside the bread. And that's how this became really famous.
So
the
this
signature
is
menu.
a real prized piece of baked goods. Are these cheese slices that I see?
Oh, have you never seen one before?
I remember these from my school lunches.
Koreans have this wandering eye for using different kinds of ingredients.
Okay.
Because it's Asian culture mixed with Western culture, right?
Okay.
So I guess that's how you mix it.
Okay, and cheese slices on a bit of pastry, who knew?
And then there's a custard cream I think he's adding.
Custard cream and cheese.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you see the mixed culture again. It's
Right. I have to say, you know, Korean baking, it's full of surprises. That's
and
what
we
I would
are
say.
very creative people.
Very
also.
creative. And what's this?
마요네즈.
It's the mayo.
Ah, of
Mayonnaise.
course, the mayonnaise, yes.
Oh my
What else
goodness.
would you want for bar a little bit of mayonnaise on top of your custard and your cheese?
Surprisingly, I have this feeling that that's going to taste really good.
Well, he's been doing this for 45 years. I think we shouldn't question it.
No.
He knows what he's doing.
No.
Now, this looks interesting.
He's actually making one of the very famous traditional twisted donuts.
Twisted donuts.
All these baking aromas have made me hungry.
All right, see that? That's the one that we saw upstairs, the twisted donut.
Oh yeah, they've been fried off. They look great. This looks familiar.
Remember the mayo and the cheese and the custard cream all mixed together?
That's it, all right.
The owners are quietly proud of their wares, and they've come to watch me taste. First, that cheese, custard, and mayo slice.
Oh my goodness.
How is it?
Well, it's super sweet. I wasn't expecting it to be super sweet. It's kind of like a It's like a pastry, like a breakfast pastry. I don't particularly taste the mayonnaise. Really delicious. I'm gonna finish this. Kamsahamnida, kamsahamnida.
You really like it.
Sophia's directed me to one of her favourite food markets because there's one specific ingredient I need to make my first recipe.
I always love coming to the food aisles of markets like this because you get all these great ingredients to choose from. And one thing that I'm always amazed at is this honey citron tea. In Korea, they use it as a hot drink. Basically, they take a spoonful of this, plop it into some boiling water, and they drink it during the winter months. It has a sort of marmalade, lemon curd-like texture, and I think it could work extremely well in a cake. So give it a go.
Inspired by Sophia's sweet mandarin cake, I'm making a cake of my own, citrus flavoured.
So I have some softened butter, which I'm gonna add some sugar to, some caster sugar. And just like any normal cake, I'm gonna beat this up until it's lovely, light and fluffy. Whack up the speed and let's get mixing. Okay, this is exactly where we need it to be, and I've got 4 large free-range eggs going into this mixture. You don't want it to split, so the key thing to do here is to make sure that you add 1 egg at a time and beat quite thoroughly after each addition. So if it does start looking a little bit grainy and it's come apart, the top tip here is take a little teaspoon of flour and that will help bring it all back together and you should be fine. At this point, it is good to go.
This is self-raising flour, but I'm adding a teaspoon of baking powder too for extra lightness. Then a splash of vanilla and the zest of a lemon.
So I have one of these handy dandy little lemon squeezers. So just give that a good squeeze. And then of course, it's time for that honey citron tea, which is going to impart that lovely tang, but also citrus flavour. So let's just give this all a good stir through.
The cake tins are lined and buttered, and I've already preheated the oven.
And the minute you start spreading this out, you just get that lovely fragrance wafting up. You can only imagine when these bake off how delicious they're going to be.
Straight in for about 20 minutes.
Now, while they're in the oven, it's time to make this buttercream frosting. For that, I have a large pat of softened butter alongside some icing sugar. You do have to add this gently, otherwise you will end up in a cloud of smoke. Kind of like the one that's happening right now. A little bit of lemon. Looking pretty good. A last little mix through and we should be in business.
My sponges are out and they've had a few minutes to cool.
Okay, and now this is good to be spread over this lovely cake. You want to spread it quite generously right to the edges. And now Korean secret magic from that honey citron tea. Just spread that over the top. Okay. And just finish it off quite nicely with some fairy tale peaks. Just look at that. It's such a sweet way to finish any cake. I'm not quite sure this is what they would do with honey citron tea in Korea, but look at that. It's a real celebration cake and it's a real celebration of this beautiful Korean ingredient. Right, time to tuck in. I mean, look at that. That is a proper slice of cake. Fantastic.
Today I'm in Seoul, capital of South Korea. Fashion rules the roost here, not least in the new trend for baked goods, as shown by new bakeries popping up on every corner, like this one, the Choi Sin Deli. Very impressive, but what I'm looking for today is traditional food. Insadong Street is a cultural shopping district full of antiques, art galleries and tea houses. But that's not all.
As you can see, it is buzzing with life and activity, and it's packed full of souvenir shops. But it wasn't just souvenir shops I've been told to come here for. It's also one of the homes of brilliant Korean street food.
Insadong is famous for mandu, Korean dumplings. And as ovens are fairly new to Korea, foods made with flour were traditionally either steamed or fried. My guide is chef and food writer Jin-Hoo Lee, who knows this area well. He's taking me to one of the most popular dumpling houses.
Today I'm gonna show you the real Korean street food.
This is a serious dumpling restaurant. Look at the array of...
That's right. There's many kinds of mandu in here.
Yeah.
You can see this one is a pork mandu. And you can see the little bit red one right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that has a little bit of kimchi inside.
Of course it
Yes.
does. It's Korean. I feel like we're getting a facial while this is happening.
Yeah, it's
wonderful.
really hot, isn't it? Really stingy.
When I think of dumplings, I think of very kind of small, dainty little things, but it's a very different array of things available here. I feel like this is something that you would eat, you know, as a comfort food. Look at that. These are definitely different. They're really big. They're almost like the size of a palm. What are these ones? These are like, they have no skin on them at all.
Oh, these ones, I can say it's a naked ravioli.
A naked ravioli, okay, right. So I'll try the naked ravioli.
Yeah, try one.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. These are quite a lot bigger than the usual dumplings I'm used to, so you have to show me the top Korean tip on how to pick up one of these, please.
Okay, you gotta use your finger like this.
Yep.
And just hold like this,
Yeah.
squeeze the chopstick, and hold like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going in.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, and straight into your mouth.
Okay, one, two, three, here we go.
The feeling is so soft. You know,
Really?
it's like almost melting in your mouth.
Yeah, it's really tender. I think what sets these apart most, though, is the skin. I mean, it's very different from the other Asian dumplings I would have had. It's cooked to perfection. It kind of has a bit of a chew to it.
Yeah.
Is that very specifically Korean, then?
Korean dumpling has a little bit thicker the pastry. So I think that's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
These look like I should pick them up with my hands.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
that okay?
You can.
I don't want to offend anyone. I love how crispy it's gone on the outside. Oh my goodness.
Is it good? Is it good?
You have to try one.
I think I should.
These are the sweet potato noodles that I've seen in Korea. They kind of have an interesting chew to them. You've got spring onions rolling the way through, which kind of adds a nice little hum of kind of sort of onion to it. It's just everyone we've tried here is really well seasoned, isn't it?
Yes.
That is fantastic. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They tasted fantastic, and they've inspired me to make some Korean dumplings of my own.
Now, wherever you travel in Asia, it is hard not to come across some form of dumpling, and I absolutely fell in love with the ones in Korea. Now, the interesting thing about the Korean dumplings I came across was that not only do they use meat, but they also add tofu. In this bowl, I have some pork mince and some beef mince, and to this, I'm gonna add some firm tofu. It gives a sort of, I know bounce sounds like a weird thing to talk about in dumplings, but it's what it does kind of add here, and it's all about that texture. Really, there's not many ingredients that go in here, so it's just a little touch of garlic, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and to give it that sort of nutty sort of flavor here, I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. So I've got 3 spring onions going in here, and I just want a nice fine chop on these. Now, it might look like I'm going to a lot of effort finely chopping this spring onion, but it is for good reason. I'm hoping that by slicing it up as thinly as possible like this, that you're gonna get a really nice bite of spring onion throughout every little dumpling. This goes straight into our mix. To this, I'm gonna add in some shiitake mushrooms. It's sort of satisfying work making dumplings. I quite like the process that goes into it. It's something that you do on a rainy day on a Saturday. It's certainly not something you're gonna make up for a big crowd. It's something that you kind of do alone in the kitchen. You have a little moment making dumplings, and I quite like that. Right, mushrooms go in. So get your hands in there and give this a good mix up.
The minute you start mixing this, it's just that really powerful aromatic smell of Korea. And now, once you have that dumpling mixture good to go, it's time to get a little bit creative with some dumpling skins. To take up a dumpling skin like this, take about a heaped teaspoon's amount of this mixture. You really want to be careful not to overfill your dumplings here. And run your finger with a little bit of water just around the edges. And this is going to help to seal these dumplings so that when they cook, they don't burst open. It's just a case of creating a sort of a pleating method. And do press down quite hard with your fingers just to make sure that it's nice and sealed. And this is what you get left with. Very sweet little dumpling. And by the time you've made about 30 of these, you'll be a dab hand at it. There are many ways to fold a mandu, pinched, crimped or rolled, and in all sorts of shapes. Mine are pork-filled, so they're pleated. And if you do want to do something a little bit different, just seal it over like this, forget about the pleating, and then press it down on the board and just fold the edges in around. And essentially what you've kind of got left with is a tortellini-style dumpling, which the Koreans call a hug, and I quite like that. The arms wrap around. The great thing about these dumplings is that there's a variety of ways you can actually cook them. You can go and you can steam them, you can deep fry them, or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is to treat them like a pot sticker, where you fry them first and then you add a little bit of water, which steams them and creates a really kind of crusty bottom and a very nice and tender dumpling inside. So just get your pan up to a nice hot temperature. I'm gonna add in a touch of oil and we're gonna get these frying. So the idea of doing it like this is that you get really crispy edges to your dumplings and then you finish them off with that steam, that little bit of water, just to make them really nice and tender. They actually crisp up quite quickly, so do keep an eye on them. And once they're at that sort of nice golden brown color, it's time to get in there with some water. Splash it in and then get your lid on. This is now going to steam just until that water evaporates and you've got beautifully tender dumplings. And they're served with a Korean dipping sauce of soy, spring onions and sesame. I implore you, if you've never made dumplings before, make a date, clear out your Saturday and enjoy yourself making these dumplings. Now, I cannot resist but to just dive in there and try some of this. So good. You get that crispy base and really tender meat, but it is all about that secret ingredient, that tofu. It just makes such a difference. Well worth trying. My Asian adventure has brought me to Seoul, South Korea. Hello. I like your outfit. Baking's bang on trend here. In the last year alone, the number of cake, bread and confectionery businesses has grown by over 10%, and there is no sign of a slowdown. At the same time, traditional culture is still alive and well. So I've come to Mangwon Market to meet a chef and baker who's going to teach me about the history of Korean baking. TV chef Won-il Lee has decided that this market is the best place to give me an insight into the history of Korean baking. Hello there. Hi.
Hey, you must be Donal. I'm Won-il.
Nice to meet you. Won-il, Donal. No. I'm seeing a similarity here. So tell me about why we've come to this particular market.
Well, as you can see here, this along the aisle is a huge market. They still have the old stores. Literally, you can buy anything here.
Show me more. Lead on.
Let's do it. The reason why I brought you here is I really wanted to explain you this type of bread. Of course, until 60s and 70s, in Korea, there weren't that many ovens here.
Right.
So most of the doughs with the yeast, they are deep fried.
Okay.
So this deep fried croquette style bread are very well known here.
Right. And I'm noticing kimchi.
Kimchi here.
It's a kimchi donut. I think we gotta try it. This just seems so bizarre.
They are super crunchy, crunchy, crunchy.
Very crunchy, crunchy, crunchy.
There.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be super hot. You know what? That is so good. I expected not to like that at all, but it's like, it's essentially deep fried kimchi with a really heavy batter around it, and it's fantastic. I'm sold. I'm bringing these home. We're gonna make a fortune.
Take a look, take a look, take a look. Pop it.
My goodness. What is that? That's incredible.
Yeah, I can see that you're amazed.
What is this machine?
You will see inside over there, the stuffing is parboiled rice with a little bit sugar.
So these are rice cakes?
The rice pops.
Okay.
But they are...
Catches you off guard.
They're heated and sealed and pressurized. And once they have enough pressure, then they pop.
Are they sweet or are they...
They're a little sweet.
Okay.
Not that savory.
Oh, wow. It's essentially a cake made of rice.
Well, yeah.
Like a biscuit.
A biscuit or a snack.
Or a snack, okay.
But actually, what I wanted to show you was this. Yakwa. This is actually the very first type of Korean cake.
Right.
As you can see, since it's candied in honey syrup and the dough is made with sesame oil, it's quite thick.
Yeah. I don't know what to compare it to. It's almost like a flapjack and a kind of soggy biscuit.
Soggy biscuit.
It's delicious.
You are tasting Korean royal food.
Ah.
Starting from Joseon Dynasty, the wheat flour is so scarce, so not many people were able to enjoy this kind of wheat flour dessert. So the royal kitchen actually made this type of dessert especially for the royal family.
Well, you know what? When you taste this, I kind of feel like I get a better sense of where the traditions of Korean baking come from.
Next, perhaps the most famous Korean baked snack of all.
Now, this looks altogether different. Tell me what this is.
Yeah, this one is called hotdog.
Hotdog.
It's my childhood favorite.
Okay.
It's warm and sweet inside.
Right.
Then actually the brown sugar there, they're mixed with a little bit of cinnamon and seeds and...
So that goes in the center?
Center. Then he uses the pusher,
oh, yeah,
which is a little bit greased with oil.
Okay.
Then he's going to cover it to bake it.
I'm quite amazed by all these different contraptions you have just to make these beautiful street food.
Invention, right?
The Korean inventions, just to eat well. I love that. They smell wonderful. They can only but taste good. Okay, now we're in business. Thank you very much. So, 감사합니다.
Oh my God.
Even with just a tiny taste of that, it's super sweet. And actually, as it's cooling, what you've essentially created is a caramel, and as it starts to kind of thicken, you get this little bit of a kind of a sugary crunch to it.
Yeah.
Donal, I'm going to stick with you because you're a man who knows how to get good food. This tastes wonderful.
Only in Korea.
Only in Korea, okay.
Time for me to get baking, inspired by my market trip.
Now, I'm not quite sure that the hot dog vendor would approve of these donuts, but they do take inspiration from those wonderful nutty flavors. So I've got some plain flour, I've got some caster sugar, and just into the center of this, I'm gonna add in my wet ingredients. That's softened butter, milk, and 2 large free-range eggs. 2 teaspoons of fast-action yeast to make it rise. It should come together easily to form a nice springy dough. Give it a good few minutes kneading to develop the gluten and make lovely light donuts. And it's gonna rise for about 45 minutes. And while it is resting and rising, I'm gonna crack on with the ingredients for the filling. And this is where I'm echoing the flavors that I had over in Korea. I really loved when they came off that hot pan that you had that sort of sweet, dark stickiness. And that's exactly why I'm using dark brown sugar here. Those sunflower seeds and some chopped toasted peanuts. And then that secret hot dog ingredient is a good tablespoon of cinnamon, which just adds that lovely spice. And you can only imagine when they come out of a hot, deep vat fryer what you're gonna get left with in the center, that sort of nutty, caramelized sweetness. It'll be a thing of beauty. Okay, this dough has risen beautifully. As you can see, it has doubled in size. So I'm just gonna rip off the cling film and do my favorite job in the entire cooking world, which is to punch down the dough.
Give it a quick dusting of flour and make sure you get some flour on your rolling pin as well. And now just roll it out to about 1.5 centimeters in thickness. So I'm gonna take a little spoon of that sugar and nut mixture and just press it into the center of each one of those little donuts. So now it's just about using gentle little fingers to press this mixture in together and try and keep as much of that filling in place as possible. And then pop all of these onto the tray, leaving a little bit of room because they're gonna rise again for about another 30 minutes. It gives me the perfect opportunity to make up a salted caramel glaze, which I think is the perfect topping to these hot top donuts. Into a pot, I've got some butter, I've got some dark brown sugar, I've got some cream, and because it's a salted caramel sauce, you need a generous pinch of some salt. So bring that up to temperature. You're looking for that sugar to melt down, the butter to melt down, and when it comes to a nice steady simmer, I'm gonna whisk in some icing sugar. Right, this is melted down. Turn off the heat. So I'm just gonna set that aside to cool, and my donut should be ready to be fried. Satisfying donut sizzle. That's what it's all about. And the great thing about these donuts is that they only take about 45 seconds to a minute just each side until you get that light golden brown color. Now, once these are golden brown, just shake off any of that excess fat. Look at that. The last little thing to finish them off with is some of those salted peanuts just over the top. Wonderfully inspired by those hot dogs in Korea. How good do those look? When you have a hot donut, you just gotta eat one. Really nutty and sweet. Warm and sticky and delicious.
I'm in Seoul, South Korea, where baking is booming. There are more than 3,500 bakeries in the city alone. And to prove the point, here's a corner of the market full of baking equipment.
You know, when I think of Korea, I never think of it being a country that's all about baking, but you come down this little alleyway and you can see there's a baking shop there, there's a baking shop here, and they have everything you could possibly imagine. They have non-traditional stuff, they have more kind of intricate traditional stuff like this. It really is a country that loves baking.
Next, I'm meeting up with TV chef Won-il Lee again, but this time to see his baking skills in operation.
Oh, you're back.
This is it.
This is it.
Thank you so much for inviting me along. What are we going to actually make?
Today we are making black sesame flavored scone.
Black sesame
Black
scone.
sesame.
This is a little bit different to the
How weird.
scones that you have back home.
Well, but of course, I used to cook Korean food before. Then I also wanted to reveal a little bit of my secret Korean recipe to my bakery items.
Okay, so this is your take on a classic
Yes,
scone.
my version of scone.
Okay, so how do we start it off?
So the first one is going to be using pestle mortar. Then we are going to grind.
So this is the black sesame then?
The black sesame seeds,
And
roasted.
These are roasted, okay.
Roasted.
So that lovely nutty smell.
Very.
Wow.
So.
Oh, that's fantastic. What I'm learning about Korea is that anytime you come to a classic recipe, even like scones, everything just gets turned on its head and you have to start completely from fresh. So I quite like that. It's kind of fun.
Things are quite new.
Things are new, okay. So right, we're gonna get our hands dirty.
Using black sesame seed powder. Can you please sieve it?
So actually, when you grind this down, you don't get that kind of dark richness that you get.
It turns a little grayish.
Yeah.
Then,
And this is
of
some
course,
more that you.
Yeah, some more. I have.
You've been busy.
Yeah, I've been
with
busy.
your pestle and mortar earlier. Wonderful.
We are adding a little bit of sugar into this powder. Then the rice flour.
So rice flour rather than plain flour, is it? What's the reason for that?
Well, people are so used to the flour texture, but I wanted to introduce the rice flour texture. It's quite soft. And I'm adding the baking powder.
Right. Okay.
And a little bit of salt. And then here we are simply adding fresh cream.
A little bit of cream. Okay, interesting. Ratio-wise, I mean, that's quite a lot of cream to the flour, so this is going to be quite a wet dough.
Kind of wet dough.
Okay.
After it's being baked, it is going to be super soft.
Wow. It's not as light a dough as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's even...
It's quite doughy, right?
Yeah, well, it's not exactly like a scone dough, but it's definitely more... It's almost like a pastry dough.
Rice flour is gluten-free and the dough can be made without fat apart from that cream. But Wonil makes up for it with the filling.
And this is your secret ingredient?
Yeah.
Should I be worried at this point?
No,
What is this?
This is cream cheese.
Okay, no squid,
no
kimchi.
No live octopus.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
Give it a gentle press. Then you can just simply stuff it, then close it.
Okay.
Wow!
What do you think?
Perfect.
Yeah? Like, perfect. Fantastic. We're off to a good start.
Then I want you to try it this time without cream cheese, but the red bean.
See, this I knew the red bean was coming at some point. This is our moment.
So this is the red bean that I have prepared actually for you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Then actually I have prepared something special for you too.
He's full of surprises. What is this?
And this is almost the same style of scone.
Okay.
But with mugwort powder in it.
Mugwort powder. Tell me about the flavor of mugwort.
It's very Korean medicinal herb.
Okay. The color is incredible. That's from the mugwort?
Yes.
Smell-wise,
smell-wise.
God, they've got an interesting.
Can you guess the in-between flavor of basil and ginseng?
I couldn't guess it off the. I'll be honest, I couldn't guess it off the bat, but
you have to taste it.
There's definitely an intensity of fragrance to this.
Fragrance, yeah.
Straight on in.
Straight in, sliding.
Okay.
Of course, I have baked a little ahead of time for you, so you have the ones that you can taste.
This is a man with a plan. You telling me I can tuck in?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to try the cream cheese one first.
Cream cheese one.
Look at that cream cheese in the center is really wonderful. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and eat in. Wow. That is just altogether different.
I think you can feel the nuttiness that I was talking about.
Yeah. And actually, that's what sets it apart. It's got this really intense sweetness from the nutty elements of the black sesame in there.
Maybe you want to try this mugwort with the red bean in it, then I'm sure you'll like it.
So in theory, this has a basil and a ginseng flavor.
In between.
I really love the combination of the red and the green here.
And let me sneak in.
It kind of has sort of a matcha green tea taste to it. And it's a subtle flavor. Like a lot of the Korean desserts, it's all about a subtle flavor.
Yeah.
It's really impressive, and it's quite inspiring to kind of, because I think when we think of desserts, we think to go with lots of sugar and sweetness. So it's actually quite refreshing to see something that's a little bit more subdued.
Very
refined. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Cheers, bye-bye.
Now, on a balmy evening like this, there's one place that Seoulites like to come for pizza. Delivered straight to the picnic blanket.
Now, I don't know much Korean, but I'm pretty sure this translates to I'm in the right place. And this is serious organisation, so I'm just hanging out here waiting for my pizza.
In fact, the Korean pizza market is one of the fastest growing in the world, with an explosion of new, sometimes outlandish toppings for the local market. Wagyu beef, kimchi, mango and shrimp, and even a chips and cheese bomb. It's given me inspiration for a Korean-style pizza of my own, my bulgogi beef pizza.
This one is my attempt at making a fairly decent Korean-style pizza, and I'm taking inspiration from that classic Korean bulgogi meat mix. And if you haven't come across it before, basically bulgogi is translated as fire meat, which I quite like the idea of, and it's that combination of marinated meat fried over a hot plate until it's lovely and crisp. I have some beef here. I'm going to add to it a few tablespoons of soy sauce. I've got a teaspoon or so of some sesame oil, and to this, 2 cloves of garlic, just finely minced. And now the interesting ingredient here, and what's used in traditional bulgogi, is an Asian pear. It seems like a strange one, but it's the sweetness and the acidity of these pears which is going to help to tenderize the meat. Last little ingredient is some sesame seeds. Just using a spoon, you're going to break that up and make sure that it's nice and evenly mixed through. And now I need to crack on with my pizza base. I'm going to start off by adding some plain flour to a bowl. To that, mix through some fast-action yeast, some salt. Make a little well with a spoon. Then add in some warm water and a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Just bring that wet mixture into the dry ingredients, just until you have a nice dough. And then turn it out onto a work surface, and using the heel of your hand, just knead it for 6 to 8 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. The way that you know it's done is just to press on the top, and if it springs back, it's ready to rock. Cover it with a damp tea towel, and then just leave it to rest until it's doubled in size. I'm going to make up a tomato sauce that is slightly inspired by my Korean travels. So I've got some passata, and to this, I'm gonna add that ubiquitous Korean spice paste, that gochujang. Now, if you haven't come across gochujang before, it's basically a Korean chili paste. Just to help the sweetness of this sauce, I'm gonna add a little touch of sugar. And this combination of passata and gochujang will be what makes this pizza just completely different. Just using a rolling pin, just spread it as thinly as you can. Now, the idea of rolling it thin is to ensure that you get a nice crispy base to this pizza. I'm going to use a little bit of my secret pizza ingredient, which is some semolina. And this semolina is not only going to ensure that you get a nice crust to the base of your pizza, but it's also going to allow you to take it in and out of the oven a little bit easier. So just tease that dough over and onto the baking sheet. And now it's just a case of building this pizza. You really want to be scant with this mixture because you don't want a soggy pizza. Some mushrooms, a few peppers, a little bit of chili, a few spring onions, a little touch of kimchi, and I only want to go a tiny bit of this because it's quite liquidy and I don't want a soggy pizza, but I do want a tang of that fermented cabbage. And then it's just a case of taking little nuggets of this meat mixture and pressing it in and around this pizza. Look at that. You can just imagine when this comes out of the oven, that meat will crisp up. You'll have all those elements that are essential to bulgogi. This will be serious fire meat. And then just to finish this off, a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Right, and now it needs to go in to the hottest setting your oven can go to. I actually have a pizza stone in the oven already preheated, so that's going to give you that great crispiness to the bottom of your pizza. In only a matter of moments, this is good to go. Oh my goodness, the smell is just so good. All that gochujang goodness. Look at that.
To serve, a drizzle of sesame oil and a scattering of spring onions for freshness.
Right, let's tuck in. It's got a lovely crispy base to it. It's just a seriously great flavour. A real celebration of Korean fusion food. Oh, that is just fab.
Subscribe and watch more. Hoopla recipes.